This is Lansdowne Roar, the voice of the fans. And this is the window review. We take a look back at a strange window for the boys in green. Plus, we take a look ahead of this Friday's draw for the Nations League playoff. And we hear from the Roar faithful. That is you. This is Lansdowne Roar. We're live. And we're very, very tired. David Dunn here, joined by Martin Prendergast and Conor McAvoy, and you're most welcome to another edition of Lansdowne Roar Live. This is the window review. We're a little jaded, we're a little tired, we're a little heartbroken, but we have joy in our hearts, we hope. Anyway, as per usual, if you're joining us for the first time, you're most welcome. I would ask, if it is your first time, please like the channel, please like the video, please subscribe to the page. Scan the QR code, head over to our Facebook, Instagram, and a Twitter account. Please follow us on YouTube. And also, Connor, that's Rep Tracker. If you want to find out more about the boys in green of now and the future, that is the place to go. He's got all the information there. He is doing God's work. And if you want opinion, head over to lansdowneroar.ie, lansdowneroar.ie. Right. And of course, if you want to get involved, have your say, leave a comment, get involved. And we'll talk whatever you want to talk about. You can ask us whatever you want to ask us. Chaps, most welcome to another review show, another window done, finished now for the rest of the year. Martin, I haven't heard much from you over the last couple of days. It's been were you a little busy, Martin, were you?
Just a bit busy, Dave. Yeah, fantastic weekend, apart from the football. You know, a lot of people I met last night and over the weekend were saying, it's just a distraction, isn't it, football? Because you're having such a good crack at all the events we were at, and then obviously the result didn't go our way at all. But absolutely brilliant weekend. Yeah, very jaded, bit of a sore throat coming in now. Yeah, but absolutely brilliant, wasn't it? Like, we met so many people in the Cloud of Ring over the 2 days, and obviously the Irish Centre kicked it off brilliantly in style on the Friday night.
Well, here's the Friday night one. Here we are, Martin, on stage with Alan Kelly, Clinton Morrison, and Ian Hart. That was fantastic, wasn't it? Over in the London Irish Centre at Lansdowne Legends.
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I mean, look, people say do not meet your heroes, but I think that's just nonsense. It was, as someone who went to the World Cup in 2002, lucky enough to go over there, just to have a chat with them about everything and reminisce and all that. It was brilliant. The lads are absolutely top class, and yeah, we're looking forward to releasing that, Dave, aren't we? Because we have got the audio.
We do. We have the evidence. Yeah. And what's that, Connor? Sorry.
No, I was just going to do a drum roll. Instead of us doing a live time, we'll just play the audio.
There is some belting stories in it, though, isn't there? That's the thing. They are cracking.
Cracking stories. I mean, I never knew about the one in Iran, which is what I can't wait to share. In fact, Clinton Morrison and Ian Hart didn't even know about the one in Iran.
I tell you what, I didn't know any of the stories. They're all brand new to me.
You're only a young buck, aren't you?
He was only born, wasn't he? He wasn't even born when that was going on.
I was born, 2 months before the World Cup started.
Oh, Jesus. I know, I feel ancient around this fella. I am old enough to be his dad, really. Well, you're old enough to be my dad, Martin. No, but like it's just fantastic stories, of course. And we do get into Saipan. And I was listening back to the audio, and I sound, I'm asking the question about Saipan, and I sound like I'm stuttering, like because you can't see it, but you could see, Martin, couldn't you? The awkward looks on the faces when they knew what was coming.
Yeah,
and it was
brilliant, and they handled it really well. And it was a Q&A. It was we had a whole script, didn't we? We were kind of have a bit of a semblance of order, Dave, how we were going to run the show, and it was absolutely brilliant. But when it got to Saipan, I remember we were sitting next to each other on the couch, and I just kind of tapped your leg because we hadn't said a word to them for about 10 minutes. They were just interacting and bounced off each other. And Clinton Morrison was absolutely brilliant. Like he just gave the honest truth of his kind of recollections of it, and even how he interacts with Roy now. So it will be a brilliant listen. We will obviously release it soon.
Yep.
And yeah, it was brilliant fun to do. We're obviously trying to change the pod and do things, and doing a live show in London was a massive thing for us. And thanks to everyone who supported it, and also the Cladder Ring. Then just onto that, we had 2 amazing days there. We had KitCon coming in. Just big shout out to Paul, Ian who arranged that. That was absolutely brilliant. But like we were surprised Saturday night. There we are with Ian Hart and Andy Reid. Andy Reid came along on Saturday and Sunday. Ian Hart there on day 2 with. Like I even stayed at the London Irish Centre with Ian. We watched the boxing Kate Taylor's fight, so we had a late one. But fair play, we got up the next day, had another all dayer then on Saturday at the Cladder Ring. But even the FAI president David Carell there's in the photo of us as well. Jerry McEnany also come in. Sorry, Paul Cook. Jesus, blooper alert!
Wow.
Called the wrong president. Wow, they won't be coming in again. Sorry, Paul. We do know the lads listen, don't we, Dave?
Are you still pissed, Martin? Are you?
I think I am. There you go. That's the tiredness. There you go. At least you know it's live.
And yeah, you do know it's live. And of course, probably some of you guys don't realize you might be a bit tuckered out as well, probably a bit football out from the window. But we got to talk about it, and we got to see where we got to go. So I see the comments coming in, guys. Keep them coming in. We are live. Get involved. Have your say. And then of course onto the Sunday. We had just show you a picture here, Martin. This is at the game actually. Here you are, Martin. With Andy Reid. Oh, hold on. Let me take that. There
you go. With Erin, my daughter. Yeah. I mean, look, one thing I'd say as well, like with West London, we had. Obviously, I'm chairman of the club as well. Very proud to be, and absolutely brilliant. That we had so many like the tickets. I did say this to the FAI when I was chatting to David Carell in the Cladder that we could have sold out our allocation. We could have sold 7.5 without doubt. I do think there is a bit of criticism or some learnings from that for future, because how they marketed and promoted the game, to the Irish London community, definitely wasn't brilliant. Like we tried our best with West London. We got all the tickets we wanted for as a club, which is 360, which is brilliant for us. But there was an opportunity for a lot of young people as well, kids and stuff. Like a lot of my friends all signed up to be members of the club and it was an opportunity for them to bring their kids to the games, which is a very big thing for kind of keeping your links to Ireland alive, and that was what it was really nice to have. But they could have definitely sold more tickets without a doubt.
Yeah, I must say, like David Carell seems like a good guy. We've met him a few times now. Very personable, very personable, isn't he? He'll go out, he'll meet the fans, he'll chat to people. Obviously, it was by the time he arrived at the Cladder, it was in full swing, wasn't it? I always remember that Tommy Tiernan joke, like when was it the Cayley or you're having the session, and we were lifting off into space. I think we were well in the orbit at that stage, so I don't think anyone knew who he was. But like we did say to him, well, with this pod, we're very down the line. We try to be down the line. We're honest. We're going to call things as we see it. We give a voice to the fans. That's what it's about. It's a it's a way for the fans to vent, and the fans to let the FAI know exactly what to think as well. And we'll be fair, we'll be balanced. And if it's bad, we're going to call it out. And he seems like a good guy. A few things need improving, but hopefully we'll give him time, Martin, won't we? We're hopeful.
Yes, certainly. Yeah, look, this is a change in time. I mean, that we'll come on to chat about the football, but you have to kind of trust people to do the job, and
yeah.
Brilliant, actually. Like thinking about it, Andy Reid yesterday was very, very good on stage for a Q&A. Just like done 10-15-minute chat with me on stage. And he was saying, though, the elections are on in Ireland next week or anything. But he was saying, do look to see the lads who are candidates and what they're going to do about sport, because the government have to invest in football. They have to invest in the League of Ireland. And that's the thing, because Brexit is going to really challenge the development of our players. They can't go over early now to England. So we have to develop them in Ireland, which I believe we have got that structure in place, with good coaches and things. But that's what we need to do now. We need to make sure there's money coming into it, and that's what it's all about.
And of course, Connor, sorry, because we just haven't heard from Martin for all weekend. I must admit, Connor, Martin was absolutely flat out. He's like our own little Tasmanian devil, isn't he?
No, he wasn't. He was pretty average, if you ask me. You could have done a better job yourself, Dave. No,
no, I mean that's a given, of course. But
but it was a great weekend. Great weekend.
And we must give a shout out to the Cladder Ring as well, Dave. Just like brilliant venue, put on coaches for 5 coaches up to Wembley, no hassle. And it's brilliant again just to see so many lads who listen to the pod saying hello to us, telling us they listened. Hope they're all subscribers. If they're not, make sure you do subscribe. But it was good. Who was the lad? It was a really good lad. Dave. Was it Dave Karen. I think he said he's one of the top 5% listeners.
Yep.
Or something.
And the lads from
Really
Down,
good
they were
lad.
good. They were good crack.
Great
There was
crack.
a group of lads from Down, they were good crack.
We had a bit of banter there. You know, it's just lovely. We said, come up, say hello, and they did, which was really, it was really lovely, and it was really lovely to hear people come up and say, I had people come up and say to me, Dave, I agree with you most of the time, and I know Connor. it was.
You had too many Guinness Zeros. You had too many Guinness Zeros.
Oh, jeez,
No
I
one
woke up with
listens
it.
to that.
Yeah,
No one thinks that.
thanks.
Don't be lying.
Bastards. I need this, lads, please. No, but it was great. Like, and there's people going up and talking to you, Martin, and I was just,
it was just brilliant. It was like, I know it was in London, and it was for us a home game for us, our club and things. But just seeing so many people that you normally see in a bar the last time I seen him was in Helsinki. So, it's just absolutely brilliant, and the music was crazy. Like, and the pub I said was just absolutely heaving, hopping all day, but it was comfortable, and the staff done a fantastic job. I mean, they were flying food out the whole time till about 10 in the evening. So people were coming in. It just catered for everybody. And if you wanted a quiet corner, it was there. And Jesus, the £5 Guinness, it was.
I tell you what, it's an operation, Finbar, and I just want to second that. Thank you very much to Cladder Ring and Finbar, brilliant, massive friends of the pod, and Bobby in the London Irish Centre,
absolutely brilliant,
brilliant setup. Like, honest to God, it was a fantastic setup. And just actually before we move it on a little bit, just want to play my little video. Here we go. So that's the London Irish Centre, guys. Head over to londonirishcentre.org on their website. They do fantastic work. You can donate whatever you can. And that's the Cladder Ring. If you're in London, you want a little bit of Ireland, Cladder Ring. It's on the Church Road, just off Henna Central. And of course, if you want to support the page, buy us a coffee over Lansdowne Road. And thank you to those that do. It genuinely means a hell of a lot. And of course, Connor, not to be outdone. We were in probably the best. There we are there. Probably the best.
Happy Dave looks.
I was. I was very happy. It was a very special one.
At his local ground. That's why his own national stadium.
Well, we missed out Windsor Park, didn't we? For you, Connor. Sorry about that. Tonight, more on that later on. No, I'll tell you what though. Best media section ever though, right? I mean, I love Lansdowne Road, but holy shit, it was incredible. You've been there as well, Martin.
Yeah, I was there for the lockdown game. Yeah, that was a real experience, of course. Like, with it empty, just myself and Gary Spain, I think, we're at that one. But absolutely, yeah, it is. The media section's incredible, isn't it? And I mean, Wembley as a stadium is a lot of people's first time as well at Wembley. It was very well organised. Transport in, I think, seemed to be where we were anyway, and it was decent, wasn't it? It was good crack.
It's an awful stadium with the press box, class.
Yeah.
He just hates everything.
No. From being matches at Wembley before, it's such a bad stadium.
It's not a great atmosphere, but like the staff are everything's first class. Unbelievable. And I suppose that's where we're going.
It was the library though, wasn't it?
It was a bit, wasn't it? I mean, let's start from the beginning.
Worst atmosphere I've ever heard in my life. Oh my God.
What was it like? Apparently at home they sweetened the sound. You couldn't actually hear them booing the anthem, which was sort of funny. In fact.
Yeah, I mean, that you could hear that on the audio, the TV. I watched it. I didn't watch the whole game back. Like, I flicked through it to the key points, and
don't blame me.
But I listened to the anthem because a lot of people were kind of, obviously it's poppy season, isn't it? And a lot of people were saying it was quite insensitive of the have the military bringing out the.
Well,
so that got a few renditions go over British soldiers. It was quite funny, but. There was no bother that I saw anywhere anyway. But then we did come around the back kind of way. So I didn't see any kind of stuff between England and Ireland fans, but I'm sure it did happen somewhere.
Well, actually, some footage was sent over today, in fact, by a fan. Some violence outside of Wembley here. Just viewer discretion. Yeah, just viewer discretion's advised, guys. Just going to play this here now. So this is from TikTok. Absolute carnage outside of Wembley. The violence. Martin,
He's got a Wrist London scar.
one of your
He's not a
fucking
member of
scars.
our club. He's not a member of our club. I'm telling you, Jesus.
Mate.
Well, see, we were selling them in the. I was a bit conscious of this, selling them in the Cladder Ring. But like, look, they're great support as well buying them. But they I didn't see. Yeah, it's quite funny. Just the little kids going up to him.
I hope he's all right. I hope he wasn't hurt from that anyway. But
Yeah, no, it was pretty savage as well. If you know who that is, by the way, give us a shout. We did credit to TikTok. I think that's funny. That's
he had to have been in the Cladder the day before the
yeah,
match. We couldn't see his face. So we don't know who it was.
Yeah, probably would have best as well. But I just love that the kids coming out. He's like kind of pushes one away, and the police get involved. You know, it's fucking brilliant.
Someone definitely was watching this for who is getting a slap and why is Dave showing this on stream.
Oh Jesus! Well, this is what we do. We are the voice of the fans. Nah, listen. I mean, yeah, I thought it was a strange one. When they had the media, when he had the army stuff. I said this to my sister today earlier on. Now, my sister's English, right? And that's that's not her fault. But I do think there is a bit of a blind spot when it comes to. I don't over politicize it, but I do think it's a bit of a blind spot. Like England's quite. And Britain is quite sensitive to other countries and cultures and all that. It is. It tries to be. But when it comes to Ireland, I don't know. It just feels like a bit of a blind spot, Martin. Like, I know it's poppy season, November, but you kind of think like maybe not the best thing to do. Have armed forces. I'm I come from a military family myself, but probably not the best idea when you're playing Ireland and Wembley.
Do you know? Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, because I don't think it was good. And just even back thinking to the policing, like we walked up that's why I knew it was the Irish section there, that little footage you showed, because that's where we kind of had our buses and we went off. Yeah. So it would have been the Claddering bus that lad would have been on, but we went up there and like the police horses outside the stadium, and someone really politely just went, can I pet the horse kind of thing, and he went, yeah you can, but if you touch me I'll bust you or something. Like he just said something like the police officer on the horse. He just said something like I'll break you or something like that. And everyone just went, you hear what he said? I'm telling you. And it was someone said it to me. Geez, you hear what he just said? And I went, yeah. They were just, that can be a thing, that definitely, like back to thinking back to 91. That was horrible. I mean, that's the worst, one of the atmosphere I've ever been to a game, I think. Absolutely horrible that night. And I was only a young lad then. But that was the thing. But the police would, around that era as well, they would have been very,
I think
basically. So it's different. But now I was thinking, God, it was a real unnecessary.
Yeah, just for the record, like I'm no means anti-English. I've lived here for 14 years. I've never had an issue over being Irish. Like genuinely haven't. I've worked with the police. There's actually a lot of Irish in the police. There's a lot of there's a lot of police with Irish names that may be second, third, fourth generation Irish. It's a weird one, but there you go. Yeah, I mean they were obviously hyped up for it. They probably, as I said, it's a weird thing. It's like a blind spot. Did you see? I don't know, Martin, if you saw this, right? We saw this kind of when they were playing the anthem. So obviously, anyone that knows, when the boys in green sing around the V, they have to look at the tricolour. Yeah. And sometimes they do it in a way where if there isn't one kind of handily available, they'll send someone into the stands. First time I ever saw this was Athens last year, and they'll hold the flag up. And here it is. And do you remember this, Connor? Your one lovely lady, but she thought it was a fan, or she thought like it was a reporter going rogue, and ran down. I was like, "You can't be doing that." And he's like, "No, I'm with the FAI. It's fine."
All I have to say is he holding the flag the wrong way around?
No. He's facing the crowd. They'll be facing it. Look.
They're going to see that. You're the second bloody person to say that. Come on, Connor.
Someone said to me they get. I don't know if this is true. Someone, one of the Royal Faithful can tell us this. Do we get fined when I'm turning and facing the flag?
No.
Someone said that last night that we can get fined for that because there's a particular protocol for the anthems.
I don't know
when we turn.
Yeah, I must be in agreement, because I think if there isn't one available, like they would. Let's be honest, no disrespect to the FAI, but we know the financial situation. They wouldn't be doing it every time to get fined. They change it, and we've done it. We've always done it. Like we've always done it all the way back to probably since we became a football team, like the Republic of Ireland football team. So I can't imagine that. But I mean, I thought I was looking at the highlights of the game a little bit on YouTube, and I noticed it's quite interesting that they didn't show. It's only like a 5 minute highlight package. They didn't show the Ferguson foul that wasn't given, the penalty shout.
Shock.
What did he say on ITV, Martin? I haven't seen it on ITV because I couldn't watch it.
I watched it back today. Like the key points of it. It's
Yeah.
100% a penalty. Someone said to me last night. If that was Harry Kane, it's 100% given. Like,
Yeah.
it's the difference. And even the like it was like they said it could have been. And he done really well. They were saying how well Ferguson done to get across. Now it was Roy Keane and Ian Wright on it. But they were pretty fair on it. Yeah, like they did say he's done really well there, but he probably would have got a shot off if he hadn't have, been fouled basically. So
Yeah.
he has got him. And yeah, but what the kind of feedback was, there wasn't enough made of it. The lads didn't go in. I think it shows the naivety of our lads. In a
Someone made a
disagree.
comment.
I disagree.
No one went in.
You disagree, Connor? Why is that?
Yeah, because I don't think anyone in the ground thought it was a penalty until we watched the highlights. Or like
They
the
showed it on the
highlight
screen, though,
instant
didn't
replay. Yeah, but the
They showed it on
players
the
wouldn't have
screen.
seen it. Yeah, but I don't think the players would have seen it on
yeah,
the screen. They wouldn't have been looking up. They would have been playing on next play because there wasn't really a stoppage. We didn't really notice it ourselves until we looked back at the highlights. So the only person that could really appeal at the time was Ferguson. Because if you remember, he was the only one that was that far up. The rest of the team was basically back in the halfway line.
But
so I do think it's harsh to blame the players.
No, but you have to blame Ferguson there because I mean he's gonna know he's been pulled down, and
I don't think you can blame anyone. I think it's just an awful refereeing decision. I think
But-
it's just one of the worst refereeing decisions you'll see
Awful,
all
the
year.
ref. He was absolutely
he was shocking. Like, don't get me wrong, we felt we were battered in the second half, but he was. I know it was a penalty, it was a sending off because it was a second yellow card. You can't really argue with that. But he was absolutely dreadful. But no, I think someone mentioned it on the live last night, and I thought it was a good. He's a little bit thing about it with Ferguson. He said, is he mute or something? Like, what? He should be in the referee's face. I think that's naivety. I think he should be going there because look, I know we didn't know it because I didn't even know it was in the box because we only had a couple of seconds to look at it, Connor, didn't we? Like, to be fair,
Yeah.
And it was completely on the other side. So when you're at a game, you do miss a lot, and it's at home you get the saturated coverage. That's where you see most of it, which is kind of ironic, but that's the way it is. I didn't even realize it was in the box, but he should be going up to the referee and saying, like, he's put him a fucking short, ref. I mean,
Yeah,
he knows he's been pulled.
VAR had to look at that. They should have made a bigger thing. And even then, even the coaching staff, they've got that game in front of them. Coaching staff, they have it, don't they? Most of them.
Do you think though? No, that's true. Connor, do you think though? Like, and Martin, open question, and obviously it's a raw faithful, and we'll get back to your comments. Do you think like if he makes a bigger fuss about that, and then the players swarm around the referee because if they see him going to the referee saying "pulled me short," the players are going to react because that's what players do. Then maybe he goes, "Okay, let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at the VAR, and then maybe have a closer look."
I do. I honestly, I 100% do agree with you. But the thing is, they literally played on straight away. I know the ball didn't go out of play for a goal kick, but they literally just put it straight back in play. And as soon as the play starts and the referee doesn't stop it before the ball comes back into play, what can you do? Like, I know Martin's saying about the management, but they have the same replays as us in that sense to looking back on it. So the thing is, the ball would have been back in play. Everyone would have been playing on. The ref would have moved on. They say the VAR looked at it, but what did the VAR look at it in the initial angle that it was, not the side on and the backwards facing Ferguson and Gahey. So I just think it's awful officiating. I do think Ferguson obviously should be like running over to linesman because the linesman had the best view on the pitch of it. But
yeah,
it's just so disappointing because I know we got embarrassed in the end, but it's a totally different game if you go 1-0 up.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have been a red card because he was gone away from goal. I doubt it'd be a red card. People saying it's straight.
No way.
Absolutely, maybe a booking. Martin, we saw it, Connor and I, because we had perfect view of it. I'm not sure if you saw it in the telly because I haven't really seen it back. For the goal, Evan Ferguson tries to play a ball. It goes wrong. He thinks it's going out. He throws a bit of a strop to keep it in. Bosch 1-2 passes. I think Harry Kane played the ball in, didn't he? And then Liam Scales takes it. Yeah, for the penalty. Was that shown on the telly? Did you see that with Ferguson?
You did see him losing the ball, but I mean that's and even
he had a strop after.
Yeah, Lee Carsey said that really or talk about the quality of the pass. It was an absolutely brilliant ball from Harry Kane. And he was I thought he was good for England last night. He dropped off Like he was coming back. They're such a good side, but even what he does, he's just clever. He was coming deep, and it like even for throw-ons, he was like a right back and stuff. It was crazy where he was playing all night. Unbelievable, I thought. Just of that kind of mentality of like leadership with him. But yeah, the pass. It's interesting actually. O'Dowda, they said on the TV. Obviously, I don't agree with this. They said he should have been inside, like a little bit closer. Could have been a bit closer to kind of help a bit. But you know, it was never a yellow card as well. If that had been outside the box, if that had been outside the box, he wouldn't be getting a yellow card for that type of foul. Because
I don't know.
He was a lovely first touch coming in. It was but you double punished us then. We had this chat after the game. Just you like.
I think double jeopardy is only for a straight red, though, Martin. I think you can only have double jeopardy for straight red.
Yeah,
I think because of where he is on the pitch and where the touch is, and it is. Yeah. I know it's a goal scoring opportunity in the end, but it is. He does try to play the ball, but I think if that was the other end of the pitch, we'd be screaming if Bellingham didn't get a second yellow for it. But he probably wouldn't have got it because he's Bellingham. But it's just how football works.
But he was naive though for the first booking as well. That was absolutely
that was ridiculous.
Is this like people are saying it's the worst group of Irish players we've ever had? I think on the pitch, I think skill wise, no, it's not. I genuinely believe that. No, we had some really bad ones under Martin O'Neill. But mentally, I think this is the weakest I've ever seen an Irish team. I think mentally they're very weak. And I think that was... I don't know how the manager corrects that because he doesn't have them enough. Like, to go one... Like, first time we've ever gone into 10 men under the manager, I believe, under this manager. Probably the first time we've gone into 10 men for a very long time. I don't think we ever went down to probably Nations League Finland.
James McLean, Wales at home against Wales, wasn't it?
Wales, yeah, like behind closed doors, like that. You know, so we don't know what this team's really made of, and that's you think back to 2000.
Matt Doherty got sent off.
Sorry, yes, in Greece last year.
That was what 2 minutes, was it?
Last couple of minutes, yeah. So that was was almost at the final whistle, wasn't it? But like this is the first time, like you saw the team in 2001 against the Dutch. You know, you saw what they were made of, mentally very strong. They galvanized it, rode the luck, came back. This team fell apart, and like a papadam, absolutely fell apart. And how do you do that? Like, how, if you're the manager, it's an open question again, lads. Whoever first wants to answer it. If you're the manager, how do you like? You must have your head in your hands, and you like, what do you do to address that?
Yeah, football at the end of the biggest thing at my eyes, football in elite level sport, no matter what scenario in, is momentum. They had the momentum. Especially after one goes in. It's a difference. It's a big difference if we get a second yellow from open play and we get a chance to regroup and get back in the shape. But the fact goes to 10 men and 1-0 to England does play a huge part. But the mentality with the squad just isn't there at the moment. It's just, as you do wonder how we can get back up to that level. Like the first half was the perfect example of a elite mentality for an Irish side. Rugged at the back, strong, getting stuck in. Malumbi getting Keane booked. I know Malumbi got booked for that, but he shouldn't have. And that's how he was in their heads. Bellingham got a yellow for the time Madueke fouled O'Dowda. God knows how Bellingham started arguing over that, because it's the most obvious foul I've ever seen in my life. And they were rattled, and that's an elite mentality in that first half. It was brilliant. Festi playing without fear. Even O'Dowda was playing without fear. Both of them picking the ball up and running at men.
We're creeping into the game, aren't we? Like,
yeah, we were coming into the game. Should have got a penalty. It's not like Ferguson didn't give up because he should have got a penalty. The lads regrouped and went again. Festi was the best player on the pitch. It's just, but it's night and day, the mentality from first half to second half. England were always going to start that second half strong, and that was a step up in mentality to get to the next level. How do we bounce back from a team coming at us playing lovely football? They weren't even playing lovely football. They just...
No, we just down tools. Like, we down tools, and, Martin, like, I said it, Conor and I said it, like, we're going to get a 10-15 minute barrage for the first 10-15 minutes. Then, you creep into it. Half-time, probably came at the wrong time, the old cliche. Then the second half, you think, we're going to get another barrage. Just keep it cool, keep doing what you're doing, creep back into it, and you never know, you might nick something. At the end of it. Outball Festi was brilliant. And Smodic came into the game as well, didn't he? But, like, we just fell apart, didn't we?
We did, but, you have to kind of forget this game. like the 10, like it shouldn't damage them that much. But England are an elite side. He brought in, like, no one even mentioned the players who were missing last night after they win 5-0. Now they were a bit over the top, ITV and stuff, and because now they're super again and they're going to win World Cups and everything again. But these lads coming into the squad, they were playing for their futures, and that's one thing Lee Carsey has done. He's brought in these players, he's played them, and they're now in there, and they've all performed. Like two of them got debut goals, I think, last night. Bowen's first touch was a goal. It was his first touch of the ball. Yeah. He was only 10 seconds on from him coming on, and he scored. So that's a very nice kind of galvanized squad there. Who it was going to be tight against 11 of them, like 11v11. But when we go down, we just haven't got the quality there. We were overstretched. I mean, even some of the goals are very soft and poorly defended. I think they'll be really seriously pissed off with that. But they were a little bit lucky with it. The cross, Collins
and Colin, it
hits him on the chest. Otherwise, he has kind of cleared it to the edge of the box. Now, someone might have been there, but they didn't seem to be on the footage I saw. But yeah, that was a little bit of luck for them. And so I don't want it damaging the lads. I don't really want it damaging the lads because, this team, he has said it, hasn't he, Heimer, that they are a bit mentally weak. I think there's a valid question to ask is, do you remember what David Ford was involved, wasn't he, in the last camp, and kind of the psychology aspect of it? I think the FAI should probably look at that again to see what is needed there. Like, I know they're all top pros and playing, professional footballers, and they will have an elite mentality for wherever they're playing, but
confidence
they shouldn't fall apart they should not fall apart like that. And that's where Collins coming over at the end is all apologetic. Like they just gave up, they dropped off, and you can't do that against a team like England. You just can't.
There's a comment there about that. I have something to say about that, to be honest. That whole thing, but very disappointing, of course. And I know Dunphy let him have it, didn't he? He was pro Kenny, and he was kind of having to go Heimer, saying that Collins, what's he doing playing him in the Paul McGrath role? Really, wasn't he in the Paul McGrath role? He used to play there on the jack. First half we were excellent. Second half fell apart. We'll move it because we're going to get to the comments and we'll cover different facets of the game. So what next for the boys of green? Of course, we finished third in the group. There it is. England win it, 15 points. Greece second, 15 points, but they go into a playoff. Republic of Ireland, we're in a playoff. We finish with 6 points in third. And of course, Finland are relegated to Group C. So what does that mean? Well, that means that we go into a draw for the playoff on Friday for games in March. Home and away playoff. And there are 4 possibilities that we can get. So basically, whoever finished second in their group in League C go into a playoff to face whoever finished third in their group in League B, i.e. us. So here we go. So here are our potential playoff opponents, which was just finalised tonight. So Slovakia, the lowest ranked, or the highest ranked, I should say, 41st. Bulgaria, 84th. Armenia, 99th. And Kosovo, 101st in the world. We, of course, are currently 66th, but we'll probably fall even further. Now, the draw is this Friday. The proceedings start at 11 o'clock UK and Irish time this Friday. The playoffs are played on the 20th and 23rd of March, or played in between them. They are home and away legs. So I'm not sure, maybe it's seeding.
We're home second because we're the higher seed.
There you go. Thank you very much, Connor. So we have a great chance there. So lads, I'm going to ask you, Martin, who do you want out of that?
I'd like a trip to Kosovo. I don't like Slovakia, so I don't want to go there.
Horrible.
I hate them.
Jesus.
Not even about their football team. Yeah. Just didn't like that trip when I went there before. Miserable fuckers.
2010?
Yeah.
Was that the one in Shalina, was it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I was there as well.
Yeah. Bulgaria wouldn't be too bad. God, they're 84th in the world. Wow. And then, Kosovo's the one, isn't it? When are we going to get to go there again?
Kosovo history.
Yeah. Nice.
I've been to all the other. The only country, sorry, I haven't been to Bulgaria, Armenia, or Kosovo. I've been to Slovakia. I don't want to go back to Slovakia. I don't hate it like you do. I just want to see a different part of the world. What about you, Connor? What do you want?
I don't really care. I'll be happy with all of them. They're actually all already away days. I've heard some people say Armenia was pretty crap as a away day, but I'd take any of them. I know people are saying Slovakia are a good side, which they are compared to the other three. They're miles ahead, and there would be one we'd be against. Where at our current state, it would probably be a 50-50 game, but I would like to say we'd fancy our chances against any of them. Like, you're not really a football fan, or you're not if you don't fancy our chances against Slovakia with a home leg second. But probably Kosovo would be the ideal one, as you said, just getting to go somewhere different. When are we ever going to get to go there? But I'm not too fussed who we get, to be honest.
I mean, they're not really direct flights, are they? Even Slovakia, that's like you fly into Vienna. That's how we did it last time. Flew to Vienna, bus into Bratislava, and then you had to get the FEI bus into Žilina, I remember. Do you remember that, Martin? Were you there? Were you? I bet you were on the fucking train with John Delaney, weren't you?
I wasn't. No, I wasn't. I don't know if I went that one. I was there for when was it? No, I was there for Stan, the collapse, Stephen Ireland.
Oh, and that's Screamer by Kevin Doyle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, I was there. I was in the one in Žilina. We were promised, Connor. It's actually in the Champagne football book, but we were promised. Oh no! It'll be in Bratislava, like absolutely. And besides, we've gone past the 90 days because within 90 days you have to, wherever it is, you've got up to 90 days to change it. And they changed it to Žilina. It was like a 2.5 hour drive right up to the Czechia border. God, it was a dump. Great though. We were in behind a big fence. I don't know. Any of you guys out there watching it in the Roar Faithful? And by the way, who do you want? Tell us. Who do you want? Here are your choices again. Slovakia, Bulgaria, Armenia, Kosovo.
We can fly directly to Bulgaria, can't we?
Sorry, yes. Yeah, I'd imagine so. Definitely from London anyway. That's the beauty, Martin, when you live in London, isn't it? I think Armenia would be probably, it's the Caucasus, isn't it? That's like, that'd be a bit like Georgia. I know they don't like each other, Armenia and Georgia. So it's Armenia, Azerbaijan. So that's like probably a flight to Turkey or Athens, and then fucking Athens again, and then over to Armenia. I'll actually go to Turkey, just in the point of, I'll do a stopover in Istanbul, just out of principle. And of course, Kosovo, God knows how you do that. I think it's Munich, Martin, is it? The Kosovo?
From London, it seems to be Munich, yeah.
And from Ireland, it seems to be like Zurich.
Zurich, yeah, fair. Not
for people who actually are Irish who watch the show, which we all are.
You don't have to be born in Ireland to feel Irish, Connor.
But right? You usually tend to have an Irish passport, not a British one, isn't that right, Brendy?
That's right.
I showed you my Irish passport, and besides, out of the three of us,
they should check them.
Yeah, out of the three of us, out of the three of us, I was the only one born in the Republic of Ireland. So,
you know what? We're gonna have.
Now he used to lie. Now he used to lie. Now, Prendy. Now he used to lie because his feelings are hurt. His feelings are hurt.
My feelings are never hurt. But yeah, tell us what you want. Tell us who you want there. Do you want an easier? I mean, Kosovo 101st. We should batter them home and away.
Well, yeah, but I'm looking at because the games you said, so that will be if it's between them dates, 20th and 23rd. It means we're playing on the 23rd, doesn't it? Yeah, at home.
I'd imagine it's 20th and 23rd. Yeah.
Yeah. So then you're looking at the away game then, because it's going to be the stadium capacities as well. That's going to kill us as fans. 18,000, I think it is. Jesus. The Olympic Stadium in Kosovo. Just looking that up now. Yeah, so that's what we get 10%. Oh no, 5%, isn't it? It's not a lot.
Yeah,
and it will be one that people will. All right, like England's, like I said, there is interest. There'll be, we'd bring 1,000 to that. Yeah, I would think.
Nah, I mean, I'd be interested to see now. I'd be booking my flights straight away to see what happens. But that will be like, we're gonna do something, lads. We're gonna do something on the Friday, are we?
Yeah.
Gonna go live. Yeah.
Live reaction to the draw.
We're gonna do a live reaction. So basically, once it's out, we're gonna be out. We're gonna whip it out, and we're gonna give you a live reaction. Right. Under 21s, Connor. We were asked for you to talk about the under 21s. So I'll give us a little roundup.
Oh, it was for the collection of us. It was for all of us to bring our knowledge of the under 21s. What did you think of the under 21 games, Martin?
What's that?
What did you think of the under-21 scheme?
I don't watch it.
No, to be
So
fair,
he was fucking organising
I
Irish
know
football
I'm
festivals.
only winding you up. No, but I watched the first one in the Viva, and I watched the second one in Wembley. The first game was a bit of a Sweden actually were the better side. I heard today that Sweden side that they played actually had a lot of lads that had already played together last year. Under 20s, they're one of the countries that has an under 20s, and Ireland don't have an under 20s, I believe, just probably due to financial reasons. It's probably costs a lot more money to bring an extra squad of players in. So it took a while, I think, for the lads to adjust. There was a few lads, that particularly the other day, the likes of Jamie Mullins, Glorian Zigu, Rocco Vata was excellent the other day. He's one who, once he starts playing for Watford regularly, he's already playing regularly enough, but starting every week, I think he's a sort to come into the Ireland squad because he's a ridiculous talent, and he's just that little bit. He's just so close to breaking in as a first team regular every week. So I'd say by the end of this season we could see Rocco Vata in the senior squad. But James Abankwa again, or Dave, if you want to say his name for us.
James.
What's his second name?
James Abankwa.
Yeah, he.
It doesn't work when you say it before me, Connor.
Yeah,
I can even hear through Ulster drawl. Don't worry.
Yeah. So but James Abankwa is a top player. But it was great because a lot of them lads, likes of Glorian Zigu, Kevin Zeffy, Jamie Mullins, haven't been involved in the Irish underage setup in a couple of years because of just their under 19s. They didn't go as well as they thought a couple of years ago, and it would have been probably a year and a half. Some of them 2 years. Some of them haven't been involved in an Irish jersey. So it was good to see them back involved, and it's particularly with the likes of Glory and Zigu, is to see the levels that they're playing at now in terms of their ability and who can really kick on going into this next campaign. So I'm happy with how it went, and I believe that they're happy involved in the camp, especially just to get a win yesterday as well is a big thing to, as we like to say, the metal block with Irish sides. So to get a win helps a lot.
Big time. And of course, we will be getting. We're going to be doing a lot of good things next season with the under 21s and all of that.
Sorry, Dave. I might jump in the under 19s as well. They have their last qualifying game tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, which you actually can watch. Moldova are doing a great job. Actually, they're streaming all the games, and you can buy each game for €1, so it's well worth €1. They had a brilliant win the other day against Azerbaijan. I think the big name coming out of that is Aaron Ochoa Maloney. I don't know if you've seen the Malaga youngster who scored an absolute worldie the other day. Starting every week for Malaga. Was starting every week last season, actually, in the third division of Spain at 16. They got promoted. Now they're in the second tier of Spain, which is, could you imagine, the equivalent to the championship? Well, it wouldn't be just as good, but it's still a high standard. And he's playing every week for Malaga, who are a huge club in Spain. And it's good to have a Irish lad playing in Spain who's technically gifted, and he was superb the other day, and he was rewarded with his goals. So the under 19s, I think they're as good as qualified. It would need to take losing tomorrow, and Moldova would probably need to win 6-0 against Azerbaijan, but they haven't scored a goal yet. So, but Ireland play Iceland tomorrow, and if Ireland win the game, they top the group into going into the elite rounds.
There you go. Thank you very much for that. Of course, you want to get more stuff like that, Connor, over at Rep Tracker on Twitter, or Twitter, as one of you said in the comments there, which we're going to get into. And of course, we will be doing a lot more underage stuff. Oh God, we'll be doing a lot more underage football. Jesus, God, it was a long weekend. Youth football. I was going to say youth football. We're going to do a lot more youth football. It's a nice podcast.
Yeah, but just on that, I had a good chat with James McManus, who's at Bowes. He's injured at the moment. Had a good chat with his mum and dad, actually, who were over for the game, members of the sports club. And James actually goes to all the Ireland home games when it's not clashing with the under 21s. But yeah, he's getting back fit. Hopeful of, his mum and dad were telling me that, with the under 21 lads, that he was probably playing ahead of them sometimes in with the 19s and things. So
yeah, he would have been,
he will go in there. And again, that's a good position for us, the number 6 kind of role coming in there, and that's what we need. So hopefully he'll kick on a little bit now, but it's a big step up, of course, senior level, but he's one to definitely follow as well.
Yeah, really good player.
There you go. Right, we're going to move it on there, but yeah, as I said, youth football, lads. It's been a hell of a 2024 for us, but we're going to be doing a lot more in 2025, and I can't wait to get started. Right, chaps, are we ready for the? And I always do this. Comments.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, 1,000 people watching us live. Thank you very much for that. On a Monday night. It is Monday, isn't it?
What's Monday? I don't know. I'm confused. What are you talking about? Monday?
I don't know.
Today? It's today Monday.
Yeah.
Today's Monday.
Oh,
yeah.
today's
Monday. See, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Sorry, no. UEFA speak, lads. Match day +1. It's match day +1. So for over 1,000 people watching us on a Monday night, nearly 11 o'clock at night, Irish and UK time. That's fantastic stuff. Because I get it. We understand people are a little bit knackered. They're probably, in bed. Eddie Bises. How Martin's still awake, I do not know.
I'm getting messages. I'm getting messages from people saying like, "Thanks for such a great weekend and stuff." And just I want to give a shout out to Catalpa. They're unbelievable. And if you are, like the Confederation supporters clubs, lots of them come arrange things at the Lansdowne Road Rugby Club before the games, and Catalpa play there. Kieran and Phelan, unbelievable, and just got everyone going. And it was really lovely as well. I asked Phelan to do me a favour. It was the anniversary, of course, of Alan McLaughlin scoring the goal that qualified us for World Cup '94, and he done the Alan Who little poem thing that he wrote, absolutely brilliant, and it really was fitting that he did it on the anniversary of that iconic moment.
Yeah, it was the first time I finally got to meet Phelan. I'd seen him. I'd never got to actually say hello to him, and he walked past me and stuff. He goes, "You're Dave Dunn." I was like, "Yes, I am." And I was like, shook his hand. I was very because I follow him on Twitter. We follow each other on Twitter, and we'd interact. And it was just
great lad, like a brilliant band as well. So
not fantastic. And just back to your comment, Connor. Sorry, who was fucking name dropping? You saw the clip. I don't know if you saw the clip, Martin, this morning that I sent you. It's on the live post-match reaction of him name dropping. Oh, look, he follows me on Twitter. Go on. He follows you on Twitter. Who's the
Martin Prendergast.
And the fella who's
Jude Bellingham's father.
Yes, he does. And fucking stick he was giving him as well. Yeah, I
sent John O'Shea. I'm going to name drop it. I sent John O'Shea a video from the Cladder saying this is what it's like, and I said it to David Carell as well, and said this is, we will give you one hell of a support there this evening. So, and we did. To be fair, I thought we were good. The fans.
Yeah. No, superb. I mean, not a lot to shout about in the second half, really. No, it was absolutely superb. Carsley last night. He was Connor, you saw it. He's proper giving us socks, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, you can see on the TV. Yeah, delighted with themselves after the Bowen goal, but obviously that's because they have a set piece. That was a set piece they worked on, and when that comes off, it's brilliant as a coach.
And did you see all Grealish and Bellingham putting out thank you messages saying thanks for putting the joy back in England jersey? A big shot at probably Gareth Southgate and his staff. So it was strange. Well, obviously Grealish, he got dropped by Southgate for the Euros. So
do you know what's funny though?
I don't know why Bellingham was. Go on.
Well, no, because he was having issues, wasn't he, in the camp during the Euros? But you know what the funny thing is? Typical English. They have a really good coach there who grew into the job and did really well. Played some good football. Lost at home to Greece. Did the business in Greece. Very tough place to go. Like they hadn't lost a game there for about 3 years.
No, that's the thing. Keane said that, Dave.
They've run him out of the job.
He got them back. He galvanised them again. Like he lifted them back up after the Greece kind of won at home, and then
they fucking ran him out of the job.
The media didn't want him doing it with the anthem shite. Talk this and like he. I mean, I remember reading something with him ages ago. We spoke about it on the pod in the past, and he said like going to the World Cup in 2002, which he did. He didn't really feel very part of it, kind of thing. He played a few minutes there, but it's. I think they know he's a good lad, but he's got aspirations to be a top coach, and even it's just absurd. Even looking back, I mean, and we know we spoke an awful lot about it, didn't we? With the speculation of who would be manager, we wanted him, but he'd have been crazy to take the Ireland job.
Yeah.
Like we'll have him in 10 years' time.
Yeah, we need to sort our own house in order. I just think it's hilarious. Like they got rid of him, a guy that galvanizes players. Sorry, Connor. That galvanizes players, and they're going to bring us an absolute headbanger like Thomas Tuchel.
He's a good guy. He's a good gaffer, though. I know he's a headbanger, but he's a good gaffer. He could do a great job. Also, on the national anthem point of view, and what it must have been a proud moment for Martin Prendergast yesterday when his good mate Callum O'Dowda sang Around the Vein for the first time? Did you teach him it?
He'd know that. He'd know that. His grandfather was a famous Irish tenor, so he'd know how to sing that.
But it was his
A lot
first
of lads
time
don't sing it though, do they? When you
Coleman
watch
doesn't
it,
sing it.
Heimer has. Did you not see Heimer said before about how important it is to learn the national anthem of the country? And I wish all the other players had the pride as Mick McCarthy.
I don't buy that.
We're not going to have this argument again, but I think
I agree, Connor. I think they should sing it because it should be. I mean, look, and I love it when the fans sing it in the stadium. It was very good.
That's when you're from Dublin.
And it's the last thing we did. I mean, it's the last thing we did before we left the Cladder. Actually,
did you? Oh, bless
the anthem.
you.
Yeah, that's the last song I did.
So when you're from Dublin, when you're from Dublin, you don't have to sing the national anthem. You're Irish enough. You're more Irish than anyone else in the country because you're in the capital city. Deal with it. Anyway, we're going to move it on there. I've just alienated the other 31 counties. And Connor is fucking raging. Look at your little face there. Look at him. He's going mad. Right. We're going to move it on. Let's go to the comments and see what you have to say. I'm probably going to get a lot of stick over that. All right, let's go see what our favors. A quiet enough night tonight, but I mean, that's understandable, isn't it? Magpie over on Twitter, sending at 2:06 a.m. Where are you, Magpie? We be back. Good man, Magpie. Over.
I think he's
Twitter.
probably in New York somewhere, isn't it? 5 hours ahead.
Not 2:06 in the morning.
By the way,
they're behind.
Are they? I thought they were.
Yeah. So
Magpie, tell us where you're from.
Also,
Magpie,
by the way,
where are you from?
We never even said. By the way, we talked about the match, and we never even said the positive how good the first half was.
Well, I kind of mentioned it in passing. We were very good.
So good. It was it was our best we've been set up in a long time in the first half.
Yeah, but
I don't think they did though, did they?
We didn't have a shot. No, they had a couple, but like
Ryan Manning had our first shot.
But there was nothing. Yeah, in it like 80 minutes. But there's nothing like
They had no shots on target.
His run was very good, wasn't it? I thought I know we're going to come to comments, Dave, but I thought O'Dowda, he's going to grow into that role. Like, I know that you're the loving now starts.
No, but I think
really he was very, very good. Like and going on. And David Connolly, I've mentioned it on him. Follow him on Twitter. Obviously, former Irish player. He does some great analysis of stuff, of the movement and the patterns that they should be doing. And he criticised O'Dowda for a little bit of going back against Finland last week. And he criticised it. He said, "This is, you didn't need to go back there. He's got to be braver." And then it was so different last night. They really had him on the front foot. And Festi, I thought as well. He's
a legend, isn't he, Festi? You just cannot love Festi enough.
No, even like the song now, like well, it's just the chant, isn't it? Festi. That was.
They mentioned though, didn't they? Like before, like the manager said before the Finland game, he wasn't very happy with the intensity. I think they thought it'd be a stroll in the park. And then, of course, it's England, so you're going to be up for it. Look, excuse me, Irish teams are always up for the big games. They always are. And our levels do go up against the bigger teams. And they went up. Even in the home game against England, they went up for 10 minutes. And then we just fell apart. We capitulated. And they just exposed the space between Doherty and Coleman. Coleman, of course, the right of a back three, and Doherty just as a right wing back, loads of space. And they completely dominated us after that. But there's a lot of problems there. I think, like I've said it before about the Nations League. This is what I'm going to... I know kind of you turned around and said that, no, it wouldn't be good for seeding, right? Would it be the worst thing in the world, though, for us to get relegated, to play the teams in Group C a little bit, to get a breather, basically? Because if you look where we are, right, we're not as good. We're nowhere near as good as England. We're miles away from them. We're not really Greece. We can't really touch them for whatever reason. We can't really lay a glove on them. We never did, really. And we're just about better than Finland, maybe. Treading water. We're treading water now against a team that's just been relegated. And there seems to be a decline there, because in the last Nations League, I think we got 7 points, didn't we? We beat one of the top ranked teams in that, which is Scotland.
We should have probably got promoted then. We probably should have topped that group off the chances we had. Remember the Collins goal away at Ukraine? We probably should have won that game, and Troy Parrott was 1-on-1 in Scotland away, so we probably should have topped that group.
But we've regressed big time. So, that's where we're at. Like we're very bad. We're treading water. We've regressed big time. Look at Scotland now. They're in the playoff.
I need to interrupt you there. do. Whilst I would say probably if this next Nations League was starting in 2025, but it's not. We have World Cup qualifiers next, so we're going to have World Cup qualifiers, and then we'll have a Nations League campaign. I'd imagine that's how it works. So this will be another, when we hope in another whatever year and a half time, 2 years, whatever the next campaign comes around, our squad should be a lot stronger. Like we've seen today, Boston Lowell was back on grass today, and I expect him to make a big difference to the team. Maybe not in the next couple of months, but in the long run, and Andy Moore coming to the team and Finn Azaz coming to the team, I think by the time the next Nations League campaign comes around, there should be a huge improvement. A whole World Cup qualifier and campaign can be over. Hopefully, we're in the World Cup, which we can't say is impossible because you never know. You never know, we could be there. So I do think, yeah, Dave, you would be right. If this started next May or June, we went into Nations League and we wanted to get the confidence back up, but we probably would be saying we're too good for this level. The thing is, the same old adage is like, oh, we need to get relegated, and then we'll get back to Group C next time and we'll win every single game in a stroll in the park, and everyone will be like, oh, we're too good. We've got no benefit out of the Nations League. It's just boring friendlies.
Yeah, but that's the problem we've had, though, isn't it? We haven't had friendlies. Like we had friendlies this season, but due to the manager fiasco, Heimer comes in. His first game is England at home. It was completely wasted. Like we had loads of friendlies that we could have done something with, including the ones before the Euros, which is maddening, absolutely maddening. And next year, I don't think we're not going to get. I think we get a few friendlies next season. I'm not sure.
The qualifiers don't start in September, is what I believe. So
yeah,
I'd imagine there's a June camp, as there always is. So
yeah, so it might be, things might improve. Hopefully, we'll get a handy draw in the Nations League. We'll hopefully do the business there, and then get a June camp in, and then get a June camp in, get the players together, and then hopefully kick off the World Cup qualifiers.
I don't know, but I know, Dave. Do you think? I know you were saying about getting relegated being a good thing. Do you not think it would be a bad thing when you look at it in hindsight? The thing of the next Nations League won't be till after the next World Cup qualifiers,
because we'll probably go in and piss it. If we're in a good space, but there's no guarantee, because like you have to remember, lads, like we're relying on players, so we will get to the comments.
But
no, I just want to make this point, Mark.
Yeah,
like we're relying on players to come through, right? But what if they get injured? Michael Obafemi was the next big thing. He's injury prone. You've had other players that got injured because they're at that young stage, or they're at clubs where a manager comes in, they don't fancy him. Andrew Omobamidele is a prime example of that. Like we're relying, like there's nothing in our destiny. You know what I mean? Like we're not masters of our own destiny. We're relying on if, buts, and maybes. Like we're kind of winging. We're on a bit of a wing and a prayer at the moment. We're hoping Boston Lowell will come in. We're hoping he'll develop into a player. We're hoping Andy Moran goes to the next level and doesn't just fall away. I know he's got the ability, he's got the tools for it, but it doesn't mean he's going to become a top player. We all thought Troy Parrott would absolutely smash it. He was banging goals in Premier League 1 or Premier League 2, sorry, the under-21s league, and he struggled big time. We lost him for a number of years. Now he's doing okay in Holland and in the Netherlands, but he's not really doing it for Ireland.
Do you not think our expectations have changed though on these Irish players? Because we were in such a bad place for such a while that we were thinking Aaron Connolly, Jason Malumbi, Troy Parrott, Michael, they were all scoring goals in Premier League 2, and that's what we were like. Even Mipo Odebiko, if you remember, he was scoring for absolute fun, and we were saying, oh, this player. But now we have players actually are scoring in men's football that we can at least say they've shown glimpses of what they can do. Like Boston Lowell was the best midfielder in League One last season.
But what I'm saying is we need a lot of moving parts to click.
Yeah, I do agree, but I do think
look at Evan Ferguson. Now, last season, best thing since sliced bread. And by the way, fantastic player. I'm a big fan of Evan Ferguson. Now he can't even get in the squad. He can't even get in the team. So we're relying on a lot of moving parts here. And that, I think that's been an issue. Mark, what do you think? We're around.
Yeah, no.
Tell me how right I am, please.
No, I agree with your points and stuff. But it is, look, we do need players to come through and need to push and challenge people. And look, even just look back at the group. We scored 3 goals, I think, in 6 games. Yeah, that wasn't, and that's with the attacking talent. Like we will see progress. Like we've seen. I mean, it comes back to the management appointment as well. It was too delayed that. How again this stupid idea they did. I mean, love John O'Shea, wouldn't have had a problem with him getting the job, but you know, we waited, didn't we, too long, like to get the manager in, and you know, then you have look at the shock on Connor's face. But you know, like no, you know, we've just got. I think where we've got the players, you know, Schmonik's now, he's what's he got now? 8, 9 caps. He was never used under you know, never used under Kenny. So, and we had like what's going on in the background there. We, you know, we have had injuries. I mean, look, we'll have Ogbene back hopefully. I mean, Festi's come through and everyone's calling for him to start now. So we do have the players. I'm not going to have it that we don't. And hopefully now it will calm down a bit and get a bit of structure. But like I was just while I was listening to you there, the World Cup draw is obviously going to be in December, I think, as well, isn't it? Or January? I don't know when that is.
Yeah, it's December. It's December.
Yeah, so
16th, I think, is it?
we're not going to be in a 14 group, I think. Is that right? Yep. So if that's the case, it means that that starts in September, and we've got the dates ready for this. But it does mean that we will have. Obviously, we've got these games, the Nations League in March. There is a June window. If we'd have been in the bigger group, the World Cup, now we can't.
December 13th. December 13th,
yeah.
By the way, it's draw.
So we now can go into. We will have that window in June. He's got to get that. He's got to get a camp in them. He's got to fit that into them somewhere.
That's one thing I would be hopeful about, and then we will get to the comments.
Yeah,
we've got one comment.
We know, but we know the dates. Like we do know the dates. Yeah. We've got like the match day 5. Well, it'll be match day 1 for us. September.
There is reason to be hopeful, right? Hopefully we get handy draw in March. That's the next game.
We will get England.
We can't.
March.
Oh, can't we get England?
No, because they're from the top.
I'm talking about March.
Sure.
No. Yeah, we can't get them.
Okay.
We can only get teams. We can only get teams that are playing them in March, I believe, because it's 14 groups. Because we can't start our qualifiers in March, so we can't get England. We can. I think we can get the likes of Portugal, whoever's finished like top. I don't know whatever your rankings is, but we can't get. Okay. And we can't get Northern Ireland either.
Oh, fuck! I want to do the Claddagh Ring again.
Oh. we'll do a friendly.
Jesus,
in June against them.
But no, I mean, look, as we said, we'll move on to the comments. Look, there is a chance now. There is an opportunity here. Hopefully for March, we'll get a handy draw on Friday. March, that's the playoff. We stay in League B. Fair enough. We'll stay in League B. We'll get a camp with the lads in June. He'll get some proper time with the players for once. We'll have a few of those lads come through, like Annie Moore and Boss Lowell. There are some. Don't get me wrong. I know we've had a little bit of disagreement, Connor and I. And sorry, Connor. I love you anyway. And but there are a lot of quality players coming through. We just need a bit of luck here, make sure that they stay injury free and they have good situations at their clubs, because that shit happens, that affects you. And then hopefully you get a camp, you get a couple of decent friendlies. I don't want to play top games. I want bring back the John Delaney derby. Oman, is it Oman? Just somebody that we could just play and just get the confidence up a bit. I don't care. Armenia, somebody. I don't give a shit.
Lithuania
or somebody. And then you go in September, and whoever you got, and you're going in on a little bit of a high. The teams, has bonded together. We got other players coming in, and then we have a good crack at it, and we see where we're at. And then I think
they should do an American tour.
No, we're doing that in 2026 anyway. The cheeky.
I know that, but we should go there anyway, so we can have a look at it before we go there in 2026.
Oh Jesus! My bank manager will shoot me for it. Right, let's get to the comments, lads.
Yeah,
we're at the 7th time. Darryl O'Connor, home and away. Home and all safe. Home and all safe, lads. Got the train up to Birmingham and back to the motherland. Great seeing you both. I hope I wasn't too drunk talking to you last night, Martin. Great seeing you, Darryl. Sorry I didn't get to see you for enough, really, or anyone. Do apologies. We were so busy running up to the.
Did I see him last night? No. He wasn't there. He was only in the Claddagh last night, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Did you go back to the Claddagh last night?
No, you didn't go. I went somewhere else.
Jesus, how come you don't know that? You could forgive me for not knowing if you came back to the Claddagh, but you don't drink.
Did you see the Claddagh? Man, we were like on Saturday. We were in orbit, right? Fucking Sunday, man. We were on the way to the moon. It was gone. You were gone, Martin. You were hammered.
No.
He goes to me, right?
He doesn't get drunk. He's responsible.
Fucking does. He goes to me last night, right? Do you want a pint? I was like, no. Come on,
I got in at 5 from the London Irish Centre because I watched the Katie Taylor fight with Ian Hart, and I woke up the next day and it's him sending me a video note saying, "Are we ready for round 2?"
What was that, Ian? Was
it was
it?
brilliant. He actually, I brought obviously my wife and kids come over. Caroline come over, and she done a great job actually at the Irish Centre doing the shop for us
She
there
did.
with the girls. Then did the shop at the Cladder. So thanks
And
for buying stuff off them.
And the two girls, like, I tell you what, they're better salespeople than you, man.
They were better than me, yeah. But yeah, he did say he helped me out. He went, "Oh, I'm really sorry for keeping Martin out till 5 a.m. Thanks very much."
Yeah, it's Ian Hart. He can get away. By the way, Ian Hart, what a lovely fella. Alan
Brilliant.
Kelly, lovely, brilliant. Had
great crack as well.
He is. Do you know what? Right, and we were talking about characters, the lack of characters maybe in the Ireland team, the current Ireland team. Martin, we just knew, didn't we? When the three of them sat down together, we just knew walking in there, and I had to go in, and they were just chatting away, having the crack, and I felt like a right wanker going in with the clipboard wanker, going in just to go through the run, just to make sure they were. And by the way, they were happy with everything. You know, it's like ask us anything, and basically, like you just knew there were three big characters, didn't you? Like they were just
great fun
story. Jesus,
bounced off each other brilliantly, and really good.
They did. They had a great night. Like they really enjoyed it.
We're doing a good job of sticking to the comments.
I know, right? Comments. Darrell O'Connor also clattering is some spot, and the staff are legends. Is there a Risk London Christmas party? Because I'm hooked on that place. Martin?
There is. Yeah, there is. We're hoping to get a guest at that actually, Dave. But I'm work my ass off to do that now. Yeah, we have Noam and me actually coming down for that. Playing music on the stage.
Good man.
Working on some guests. 12th of December. Thursday night. But it's Christmas period, isn't it? We all go out midweek. It was a school night. But well, yeah, I just quick. I know you were going on to the comments just in relation to the Cladder. Finbar, I did speak to him today. Said like no bother from any Irish fans. There was a couple of lads, you know, had a bit too much and kind of were asked to leave, but they handled it so well. It's brilliant. But they were fine the next day. It was just literally look, you've had enough.
They came back. They were back in.
Great. But you know, he said, "Oh, it's like the lost and found here today," and I've got loads of stuff in that cellar and. Absolutely brilliant. Like Jesus, well, there's all flags, everything left. And
does he have this?
Buckets.
Does he have seats? Jesus Christ! What? I hope he got it through the fucking. I hope he got it through the fucking the security. Sure, I lost my easy tone bar bastards in Dublin Airport. Don't want to talk about it. No, fantastic. Yeah. 12th of December, Darrell. If you're still watching us. Sorry, mate. I know we're a bit behind on the comments, and we're going to try and fly through them. We're an hour behind in the comments. But yeah, 12th of December. This is what we do. That's what Martin does. He organises it all. And yeah, brilliant staff there. Baylor, got to give it to you, Prendy. I doubt it played well, but still nowhere near Ditsy. Yeah. Connor, Ditsy plays down to 8 men. Ditsy plays yesterday. We're winning that 1-0 all day, aren't we?
All we would have needed was Ditsy, Finnazaz, and Andy Moore. That's all we would have needed.
Yeah, really. That's all you need. Yeah, fucking rest of we sit back.
Ditsy with his goal record.
Yep.
We'll get him on the pod. Get him on the pod. That'd be a great start. Ditsy, Martin thinks you're shite.
I don't think
just sit back. Jamie, we are shite, sadly, but come on, you boys agree. Fair enough. Robert Jackson, I hate to be negative, lads, but if we lose the playoff in March, is it time for a new manager? I'm sure we'll win, though. Duffy was calling for a new manager, wasn't he? He was very... Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. From what I've heard, from who I've spoken to, and I'd imagine from who you guys have spoken to, no one's blaming this on the manager, right? There's questions, of course there's questions, but no one's going, the manager shit, are they?
No, right? I'm not anyway. No, I'm definitely not. Look, the 10-man thing's a massive factor. It's crazy.
You have to look at it and say, how did the manager set up? What could he have done to affect what went wrong last night? Nothing. He couldn't have. He can't tell Evan Ferguson to give up on the ball. He can't tell whatever it was, Liam Scales to not trip Bellingham in the ball and not win the ball, or trip Bellingham not win the ball. So the manager had us set up brilliantly last night. We were set up as good as we've been in years, so you can't call for his head.
And it looked good. It really looked good. And from what I've seen of the manager, the way he sets us up, it's been good. It makes sense. He just needs time. He hasn't had time. I know, yes, he's had time in the job, but like England first game, England last game, you know, Greece away, you know, it's been boom, boom, boom. It's just, he just needs a few friendlies. You know, normally get a few friendlies, work out the kinks, and then go from there. Kai Watkins, we'd like to see more of the youngsters get an opportunity like we saw with Moore and Festy. Kevin, fact, don't date me. What would you say? Don't date me. Sounds like Liam Neeson over there. Kevin Howe, congrats to Risk London on the weekend. Every club needs a Martin. So much work goes into events like that. I have to say, genuinely, Martin, fantastic. and I know how hard you worked in the background on that in the build up to it. Because I tell you, how I know Connor? Because he was a right cranky fucker on the phone to me. He was.
That's a bit rude. That's a bit rude.
It was rude. It was very rude. No, I'm just joking. No.
It's the volatility I can't handle.
No. Honestly, like fantastic work put in there, Martin.
Thank you. Thanks very much, Kevin, as well for the kind words.
Yeah, genuinely, and even on the night as well. Like, because Martin's not just, he hasn't just organised it. Because you've organised it before that. You've obviously got stuff to do. You got to make sure everyone's okay, everyone's happy, because you're the one that's brought them there, and you're sorting out tickets. We laugh at the tickets. You're sorting out tickets. You're sorting out buses. You make sure everyone's okay. Like, honest to God, I don't know how you do it. I really don't. So brilliant stuff. Well done, Martin. Kai Watkins. What's that? I can hear. Is that you, Connor?
No, my mic turned off, sir. Can you hear me?
I can, but it's shite. Plug it back in.
It went off. Can you hear me all right now?
Nope.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Jeez, amateur. Kai Watkins. Connor, aren't you shorter than Barry Bannon?
No, I'm not. No, but it was. I met Barry Bannon the other day. He was in the Claddagh.
He was in the Claddagh, wasn't he? Yeah.
He must be a fan of the podcast. Must have seen the 5 pound Guinnesses and came to see us.
Go into your settings and make sure you've got the right microphone plugged in. Don't do me.
No, I don't know why that's happened. But go on ahead.
We will. Kevin, a great win for Scotland tonight, who stay in Group A. Doesn't seem that long ago since we hammered them 3-0. Are Scotland the template we should be copying? That was a great match tonight. I had that and the Northern Ireland match on, who threw away 2-goal lead, but they still go through Northern Ireland back in Group B. They won the group. Scotland was great. Did you lads see that? Like, holy shit. They won it with a 93rd minute winner, Andy Robinson.
I just seen the goals. I didn't watch the game.
You're back, by the way. You're back. It was fantastic. And they go into a playoff as well to stay in Group A, which is a hell of an achievement. Robert Jackson. Will Spain try for Okocha Maloney starting weekly from
Say it again.
Sorry. Ochoa, sorry. Starting weekly for Malaga at 17 is impressive, and his goal for under 19s was superb.
That was the guy I was talking about earlier. I think Spain probably will try for him, but as long as Ireland continue to push him through, I don't think he's an Irish mother, so it's not a granny ruler, but obviously these countries will try. But I would say if the under 19s were playing competitively right now, he would be in the under 21s because of how well he's doing playing first team football. At that level, can't be ignored. So
fair.
It's just that the 19s of competitive games, he's in the 19s.
Fair enough. Old dude 420. Way too many midfielders in Spain for that, maybe, if he was a defender in response to the previous. Daniel Granahan, was there any upside to the match last night? It felt so disappointing. I was watching a section of the second half live at work, and it was sobering to watch. Yeah, the first half, we don't want to go over it again too much, Daniel, but no, the first half was okay. We set up very well. We looked comfortable. We were frustrating the home side. It was great. And then they just fell apart. Just one misplaced pass, not tracking back. Boom, boom, boom. Give away a penalty, and they fall apart. Hopefully, it's not too damaging, and he can work it out. Darrell O'Connor, nearly lost my voice from booing the Royal Navy and then their anthem. Yeah, definitely a blind spot when it comes to Ireland. Remember the issues they had with 1916 to 2016 on our shores. That was an interesting point there. Who was it? Was Aidan Fitzmaurice mentioned it?
Yeah, he put it out, yeah.
Twitter, and it goes, hold on, we had to, you can't have any military insignia or anything like that on your shirt because they had the whole thing to Poppy, and we got fined for that. But yet they have the military on the pitch. Double standards?
We got fined for it, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Because a fellow in an MP in Parliament went, well, FIFA didn't, they done us for the Poppy, but they didn't do anything for the 1916. And, did they? And then fined us. Rah.
Oh, yeah.
Rob Doug, HH said he was looking for a bastard. Maybe he needs to be the bastard. Get tougher with the players. HH comes across as another nice guy like Kenny. I always said the next appointment needed to be hard ass. These players might need to be bowled out of it when needed. Nice chatting with you all in London, by the way. Good man, Rob. I don't know. That doesn't work in modern day football anymore. I get what he's saying, but it doesn't really work in the modern day, does it?
Go on ahead, Brendan.
No, like I think that's why he had Malumbi in there last night, though, to be the bastard, and he did try to. I mean, Roy Keane criticised him for the play acting, because he does hold his face, doesn't he? But that's football now, and that's what always happened. Because Harry Kane was shitting himself there because he was going to the ref. It's not a red. It's not red. You see it on the replay. But yeah, look, it's back to the point that look, yeah, I don't think a manager can be now. It's all now creating this nice environment, and we'll come on to it. I'm sure about like the lack of leaders maybe in the squad. They've got to set that demands of themselves, haven't they? Like Roy Keane did do that without a doubt. As we've heard the other night at the wonderful Lansdowne Legends show, that Ian Hart said it was Roy would ping a ball into you, and you had to control it, and it was like, who the hell is this lad if you didn't? So, the lads need to step up, and I know there's been a little bit of criticism, thinking that Collins isn't the leader. I think over 2 games, I think he was brilliant the other night in Dublin. And I felt for him last night having to kind of go back in there, which we was going to be comfortable with. But it just, I thought he was probably one of our best players over the 2 games.
I don't think you'd merit, to be honest with you, Rob, and I know what you're saying and I get it, but I don't think you get anywhere with these lads shouting at them because they're very mentally fragile right now, and hopefully that's something that's going to change.
And just, by the way, why would he shout at them at halftime the other day? They were doing the game plan perfectly. Yeah. It was just saying probably emphasize and keep doing what you're doing, which they didn't do.
Yeah, no silly mistakes, and then that happens.
Yeah, several 2 silly mistakes. Baylor, didn't the Irish team in 2016 did he get fined for having a remembrance piece for the 1916 Rising in a Friendly? That is true, they did. Kevin O, they made a good point on off the ball today, Ori, the penalty shout. Ferguson doesn't complain. It happened against Greece also. You have to convince the VAR like Man City do for every challenge. That is true, and we did cover that earlier on. That is something with Ferguson. He needs to, you need to learn the dark arts. You get a pull, you make them look at the VAR. You make them look at it twice, 3 times. If you go, meh, do you have a little look? No, that's fine. He's not complaining, sure. They're only human. You have to remember that. They are human people using a machine. So if you're watching...
That's what we need, though, a bastard on the bench as well. Like, you do need to have someone who's watched it and going up. Remember, you know what always makes me laugh? You know the Jose Mourinho, the one where the player...
The screen.
And he runs up. The one from a while ago where they get a penalty or something and he realises that the player should be booked. And he runs off out. He goes back.
He's got the water,
And then he realises, oh, shit, yeah, because the coach says to him, and he goes out. But it's influenced in it. It's the dark arts, but it's fine margins at this level. And you have to get everything you can. And it's just even to put it in the 4th official's head or the referee's head that, look, that's embarrassing that you got that decision completely wrong. So the next one, you might get the decision. That's what it's about.
I agree. Now, that's football. And that is football. And that's the difference between, youth football and, this top level. You have coaches that are like that. You have seasoned professionals. You have people that play the game for years and they know the dark arts. And I'd imagine you don't really learn about that in youth football, but you see it in the professional game. It's another layer. And that's, it's not fair. All's fair in love and war, isn't it? And you have to do it. And that's what, I said it before, Evan Ferguson needs to get in that. He's like, pull my fucking jersey, right? What's going on? Yeah. And then you plant if they get it wrong and you're still at him at half time, you plant that seed of doubt. Yeah. Harry Kane did it, didn't he? Oh, it's not red, it's not red, it's not red. Yeah. They all do it. Yeah. You have to do it. You're at a disadvantage if you don't do it. I'm sorry, that's just a modern game. That's just football, actually.
Even Kyle Walker grabbing him up, though, lifting up Malumbi after that. That was
injury Kane,
as well.
Wasn't it? That was Kane, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He did that.
Yeah, Kane threw him on the floor.
Yeah.
And then he's on the floor, and he's playing injury a little bit, but then he comes and grabs him.
Smiling.
And lifts him up. Keane said it on the TV. That's embarrassing. But he goes, he's lifted him up there like a child.
Yeah, but this.
But you want lads coming in then and going, what the fuck?
No, but Malumbi did the right thing there. Malumbi got.
Oh yeah, without doubt, it did. Yeah.
Because look, it's happened. Fuck the whole we're Ireland, we don't. They're not bollocks to that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that. You go to Greece, they do it. You go to Portugal, Spain, they do it. We're fucking. How many games have we lost because of that? How many points have we dropped? How many times have we cost ourselves campaigns because of that?
Yeah, we can't have hard luck stories of this and that.
Yeah. You need to be fucking harder. You need to be more savage, and you need to be in the referee's fucking ear all the time. Darrell O'Connor. Also shout out to. I love how we're getting all the great. It's like Darrell O'Connor. Also shout out to Nathan Collins coming up to us after the game with his hands up. He done the same in Aston's last year. Why isn't the rest of them doing that? They all should be putting their hands up. I don't like that. I know what you're saying. Well, I don't really like that. Do better on the fucking pitch. How about you don't collapse? How about you don't concede like 3 goals in 5 minutes? Maybe do that. It's like when Karius did it, didn't he? I'm sure you two were loving it when he went over to the fan, apologizing when he made a complete bollocks in the Champions League final. Like, I don't want to see it. Brilliant. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm not really into that. When you go on social media, sorry about that. No, fuck off.
Sorry, that's just all that shite. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just my take. What do you reckon? Connor? You're a whippersnapper. Is that what all the kids do? Do you like that?
I don't really care what to do. Like, whether they clap the fans, whether they say sorry. Probably heard you saying sorry, but I don't really care what to do. We lost 5-0. It's embarrassing,
See.
Now, but I do respect someone. You can tell with Collins when he came onto the TV, did his interview after. You can tell it generally hurt him last night. That result did hurt him, and as captain, he feels that burden of being the captain of Ireland. And I know people saying captain this, maybe he's not captain material, but you can tell this captaincy means so much to him, and I am happy for him to be our captain going forward. But the apologizing thing, I'd rather he does it in the interview because it's coming out of his mouth than going over and saying to the fans. But yeah.
You know what I want to... I get it. I know... I'm not saying it doesn't hurt him, right? I know it does, and I imagine it doesn't. They're good lads. But, it should be hurting you. It should be hurting you. That should be hurting you. Like, Jesus, lose 5-0 to anyone, especially Wembley at home, England, Wembley, 5-0. Holy Christ, that should be hurting. I'd want an angry reaction. I hope they tear into each other. That's probably one where a bit of old school mentality comes in when a manager goes, right, lads, our coaching staff is going to go outside for half an hour and you fucking tear into each other. Or maybe 15 minutes and have a go.
That wouldn't happen in that group.
No, it wouldn't. But that's what I'd like to see.
Like Liam Scales will have his hands up when he go, look, lads, what can I do?
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing to look back on, it's the 2 set pieces we conceded from, right? Real soft. I mean, VAR didn't even look. Well, they did look a little bit, didn't they? The offside. That was offside, was it not? Gallagher?
No, I don't think it was.
Just his hand. So what's it got to be?
Body your body, you can score with.
Where you can score with that. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's but that was again though, you have to make a bigger thing of that. But that was soft. And that's what they've got to be angry at. That kind of crap on the pitch, having to go there. But that's
they sort of maybe take him on a Roy Keane. Oh, his book, The Second Half, is it where he takes the Ipswich team out to the to the army? He goes out to the army base and you wake him up with smoke grenades in the morning. Maybe a bit of that, like sorting them out. They do need a camp. I think they need a camp together. They need to bond together. You have to build a camaraderie. Like they're good lads. Don't get me wrong, they are good lads, and they seem to come across well. Most of them, anyway. You just need to. It's just mental weakness. They're good players. They are good players. They do well at their clubs. Most of them do well at their clubs. It's just confidence breeds confidence, and no confidence breeds no confidence. Or a lack of confidence. Anyway, we'll move it on. Jason,
play your best players helping.
Huh?
Play your best players helps.
True. Jason Fitzsimmons, good to see you, Jason. Sorry I didn't get to. I keep saying this a lot. There's so many people that I wanted to see and did not get a chance to see anybody because it was just so busy. But Jason, massive fan of the pod. Good to see you too, pal. Thoughts on the Smodics penalty shout? Me personally, didn't think it was a penalty. There's contact, but
no, I don't think so either. It is a question, but I don't think.
Yeah.
Especially in last night's game.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't definitely not a penalty. But great to see Jason as well. Really good
lad. Yeah.
Good to see him.
Yeah,
he's a good lad. Baylor, gotta love all the Smodic chants. What a player to represent the country on and off the pitch. I do like Smodic. Although he was sorry.
No, go on ahead. No,
I was going to say he was annoying me in the first half a little bit. In the beginning, he had a few ropey ones, didn't he? He was trying to do the turns, and then he lost it. But he got into it, didn't he? When he had the
very good. Yeah, it'd be a question really of Kenny, that criminal.
Yeah,
not really. Hasn't really done that much in an Ireland shirt yet. Yeah, I do like him. He's a great player, but
I think but it's just too slow getting him involved. Like that's not good.
Yeah, agreed. Cheap Heat Productions podcast. I love that phrase, GP. Sending off changed the game. We just need to erase his bad memory and move on. Darrell O'Connor. Some of us didn't even realise the Scales got the first yellow. So for the penno and him walking off, we were like, Chris Kamara. I seen him going off, but I thought they were bringing the sub on. It is amazing. When you're at the game, you do
miss so much.
You do miss this, don't you? Jason Fitzsimmons, Festy, surely undroppable when Benny is back.
Yeah. Well, Festy or Benny won't be back for so long. Like, it'll be the June window, possibly, if even. He probably won't play the rest of the season. I was like, will Ipswich release him to go play in June? I highly doubt it. So it'll probably be September. So we have a long time to see how Festy does from then to now.
Yeah.
Now to then.
John O'Sullivan. Hi, Connor, Martin, David. As a Shamrock Rovers fan, sorry to hear that. No, just joking. I would like to see Neil Ferrugia getting called up in March. If you know, Connor. Neil Ferrugia. What? I don't know what I don't know what he's saying, Connor.
You've never had problems with the name Ferrugia, have you?
I never have any problems on the excellence of elocution.
But he is a brilliant player, but he probably has to do more, a wee bit more to get in the Ireland squad.
Nick says from YouTube, England had no shots on target until the red card. Awful class, but would not have happened against 11 men. Also, getting a centre half sent off is far worse than other positions. That is true. You kind of want a forward sent off, don't you? Like, and you just pack the midfield and the defence, and you might get an out ball somewhere. But yeah, fair point. Nick again. Fuck, Slovakia are actually good. Well, the 41st in the world. I think it's a bit of a free for all when you're in the kind of 40 to 60 mark, isn't it? Graham Tucker, how you doing, Graham? Confidence when faced with adversity is shot. Yep, too many negative results under Kenny did the damage with mostly a young team. Okay. I think HH will get them there, but will take longer than we think. What do you think, lads? Without getting too bogged down, I don't see David McGuinness yet. He might show up later on. Very quickly, do you think there's some credence in that maybe these young players are a bit scarred over the poor results under Kenny?
There is a bit of that. There is a bit of that. But I'm, like we've got to move on. I think they've got to kind of grow up as well, and I think get that bond. I think I know we've said it a few times now. I think it's really, really important. That March window and then a June camp is going to be critical for the World Cup qualifier campaign.
Yeah. What about you, Connor?
No, really, because there is a good few of them players are new faces the squad, because I don't like the likes of Kelleher pretty much is. I know he's been in the squad a long time, but never really played. Scales is pretty much a fresh enough face. Who else? Manning was never really. He was a couple of times with Kenny. The likes of Smodics, Ferguson, Festy, Mikey Johnston. A lot of them through the really bad times we had under Kenny when we drew at Bulgaria and we lost to, who did we lose at home to? Luxembourg. There a lot of them lads are gone from the squad. I just think it was a squad that was developing that got some of the hardest groups like Holland, France and Greece with a very young Ireland squad that hadn't a lot of inexperienced players. I do think there was obviously losing games like that does have an effect on you, but I don't think it's this squad is totally shot and a lot of these lads are fresh to the international scene.
Yeah, I don't think it's a case like, Kenny's poisoned them or anything like that. What I think it is that it's been a bit of that, the results and, Kenny, in our opinion, well, in my opinion anyway, lost the plot, I think, November the year before, that window in Malta. That's when I knew. I thought, nah, I like Stephen Kenny, he's a gentleman, but I thought, nah, it's over, it's done. When he had a chance to bring in fresh face for 2-0 friendlies, really, and he just picked an experienced squad. I think there was a bit of that, and the group was we were battered in that group as well. We were absolutely smashed in that group. Weren't very impressive against Gibraltar either. And then I think just the timing of the new manager coming in, he hasn't had a great chance to experiment with friendlies, to galvanise the group. He hasn't had a summer camp with them. So I do agree with what he says in the end there as well. HH will get him there, but it will take longer than we think. And I think that's absolutely fair. They will get there. I do feel they will get there. They just need a little bit of luck, really. Alfie Connolly, hi Martin, David and Connor. Great atmosphere of the game Sunday before and throughout the game. A good first half defended well and then a tough second half, but a great atmosphere from all of us. Good man, Alfie. Shane Martin, comment Duffy, Egan, Brady. That's our back four if we can get them fit. maybe Collins in midfield. We have no leaders. Collins is not a captain. Do you know what? Probably could. You could probably actually do it, and we've kind of written them off a little bit here on the pod, especially you, Martin. But Shane Duffy, a concentrated Shane Duffy, a focused Shane Duffy, and that, someone like him, a big character like that. Do you maybe think the team is missing someone like that?
Not
I
really,
know,
no.
be quite fair enough.
Well said.
No.
Well
I
said.
think we probably maybe from aerial threat. I mean, look, Mark McGuinness's debut wasn't it last night?
Yeah, he was brilliant.
Yeah, he was excellent, wasn't he? Yeah.
And he's going to be one that need him playing now. He was an aerial threat. I told everyone 1-0 McGuinness was my prediction.
Is it because he's from London or anything like that? Is it?
No, it's not. But that was why I thought it just from a betting perspective, it was good value. I thought 66-1, and so I thought you got to do it. But yeah, we just didn't have any threat from set pieces that we actually executed well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's what Duffy did bring, and probably organising at the back a bit of that because McGuinness is, I think, caught for maybe the Gallagher one. He could have done a bit better. He's a bit ball watching in that one.
But
yeah,
still at that point, isn't
it? These four here.
But by the way, on them four, probably the saddest one of all is John Egan, because he was brilliant for Ireland for a couple of years, and Stephen Kenny I remember calling him a Champions League level centre back. Like, he was brilliant, and remember he scored an unbelievable header against Portugal away. It wasn't just defensively; he would offer a lot in the opposition box. So it's sad to see how that injury at Sheffield United last season has, like, he isn't getting any minutes at Burnley. Actually, CJ Egan-Riley, who's played for Ireland before, and that's probably what will probably end up declaring for Ireland again, is playing over him at centre half for Burnley. So it's just sad to see Egan, because he seems a lovely fella as well. Like, he was even putting out posts the other day after the Finland match, congratulating the lads. So you'd hope he could one day get back in the Ireland team, but it's probably hard to see.
Fair enough. Glenn Forbes, is Connor on any other social media platforms to follow? I'm off Twitter. Too many twatters.
No,
Facebook.
I'm not. No, I'm on Instagram and Facebook with Rep Tracker. I haven't joined Blue Sky as of yet anyway, because I don't know if people will, as we've seen. Oh, and I'm on TikTok as well with Rep Tracker, but it's not really posting information, it's videos, clips. But when I haven't joined Blue Sky as of yet, because as we've seen with a lot of social media apps in the past, people will join it for 2 weeks and then they'll decide, oh, we'll just go back to the tried and tested. So I will wait.
Fair enough. Alfie Connelly, on our 21s, it was great to see good friend Tommy Lonergan play and back playing for our 21s. You know yourself, Connor. He's a good player and doing well at Fleetwood.
Yeah, he is. He's good. His movement was very good the other day. He was unlucky a couple of times in front of goal, but his movement was very nice.
Glenn Forbes, if we lose the playoff, maybe 5-0 wins via Liechtenstein will help our confidence. GP Productions podcast. Think we need to build our team around Sammy, certainly up front. Mayo GAA, how you doing, Mayo GAA? Ryan Kelleher is to join Aberdeen FC from Kerry FC.
That's some breaking transfer news. I didn't know that.
There you go, Mayo FC. You knew something that Connor didn't. Doesn't happen often. John O'Sullivan, how was Connor in the Claddering and the Irish Centre, Dave and Martin? He was all right. Just had his lemonade and his red lemonade and packet of crisps. That's what we were built on, Martin, wasn't it? That's
no, it wasn't crisps. It was bacon fries.
Bacon. Oh God, I do love bacon fries. They are amazing.
No, not in the Claddagh, was there?
It would have been, wouldn't it? They normally have the Irish stuff there. Oh, I'll tell you what, I had a cracking full Irish breakfast. Oh, Sunday morning, amazing.
I had a lovely chicken curry recommended by Ian Hart. Was gorgeous.
Yep.
There you go. Great food at the Claddering. I'm getting hungry thinking about that. Glenn Forbes, it's a pity Ten Hag still isn't in charge of United. Would have signed the whole Irish team after that 5-0 defeat. Conor McAvoy, my goat.
Luke's the goat. He is the goat.
Oh, he got a bit of a bromance here. Was he one of those lads that we met, or?
No, he wasn't there, but he does good work on social media. He does good work.
Fair enough. McGuinness, I appreciate the great coverage as always over the window, lads. Thank you, McGuinness. The pod is now mainstay, pre and post games, getting bigger each window to keep the great work. Thank you very much. A team effort, and we had a great 2024. We're going to have an even better 2025. Got some exciting stuff coming down the pipe. John O'Sullivan. Hi, Martin. Did you sing around a V and all the family?
Yes, we did. And for those of you that know me and know my son, Kian, when he was 4, we went to the Euros. It went viral, him singing on my shoulders. Sings it very, very passionately. And he was loving the Rebel songs in Claddering as well. and I actually got his tickets to two of his teachers, Ronan and Rory. I won't give their surnames, but they were in front of
That
us.
is not
as well.
Keane, by the way.
That's
No,
not
I know,
Keane,
but
that's Erin.
I know, but
But,
that's them in the crowd. Fuck's
Yeah.
sakes, lads.
But absolutely, yeah, they're good lads, and they enjoyed it, and yeah, they know that he loves the rebel stuff and the Irish history thing at school. So yeah, his Irish history teacher. Well, his history teacher, who he talks Irish history to, because they don't teach it in the English national curriculum, but they do have the Irish proclamation up on the wall in the classroom, which I fair play to him for doing that.
Very good. I'm going to report that to Ofcom. Oh no, it's Ofsted, isn't it? Ofsted. Glenn Forbes, give it 2 years. Tuchel will have fallen out with everyone. England will be a mess again, and Halgrimsson will be leading us to 1-0 wins. I agree. I could see that. I can genuinely see that happening. And just my thoughts on that is that I think international coaching is different now. It's moved on. It's its own vocabulary. It's its own vocation, and it's a specialist vocation. And I think Carsley, the style of manager Carsley is, that's the future. And I think getting someone like Tuchel, it's a name, really. They want a big name. They've gone away from their own thing that brought them success to a degree, considering the great England teams they've had, that, players, I should say, group of players that never could perform as a team. So I think that will happen. John O'Sullivan, no way Colin McDowd is saying Ron Naveen. Oof. Glenn Forbes, think we need to take into account the penalty decision not given last night was a shocker. Great first half. Keith McCormick, there's not a lot coming through, unfortunately.
That's not correct. That's a lie. There's loads coming through. It's just, as the thing is, you can have loads coming through. It's just how to develop in men's football, and it's just can be a flip of a coin. At times it could just be a little bit of luck, but to say there's not a lot coming through is wrong.
Yeah, that is true, and it's a step up from underage football to a professional level. There's so many layers to the professional game, to the top level, and we always have great players coming through the youth teams. We always have good youth. We've always had good youth teams, actually.
Well, we did. There was a dry spell there before, probably 4 or 5 years ago.
No king.
There was a dry spell of players coming through. Even when you look at the likes of when Declan Rice was playing underage with Ireland, the teams he would have played on, just to make an example, wouldn't have been near as good as what they are at the moment.
That Kenny team, the under-21s team, was fantastic. I remember.
Yeah, it was.
And just unfortunate timing, but yeah, it's that leap, isn't it? It's that it's very easy to fall through the cracks. Sometimes it's a chasm for a few. Daryl O'Connor, 2024 window is playoff in March, 2 friendlies in June, and a World Cup qualifying campaign starts in September. I'm led to believe we can only get teams that's also in March playoffs as a World Cup group, as them teams will have to be in a 4-team group too, so we can't get England, for example. We did say that earlier on, but thank you, Daryl, for keeping us abreast of the situation. My good man, Keith McCormick. There's not a lot. Oh, same comment. Glenn Forbes, don't worry, we'll qualify for the World Cup in the US. Hopefully, I'll have the tunnel dug to Canada by then, and you can escape. I don't imagine that's going to be a Donald Trump comment.
The thing is, we have to be at the World Cup in 2026. You can't have all the Irish heritage in USA and not have us at it. It's just written in the stars. We'll be there.
I love your optimism. 2 teams ranked above us. We're 3rd seed and 1 below us for the World Cup qualifying group. World Cup draw is December, Friday, the 13th, actually. Holy shit. I never thought of that. It's normally a good day for me, Friday the 13th. That's just the way I am. I was both nights, Connor, but didn't see you, says Daryl. Only 2/3 of the Lansdowne Roar. So you haven't met Connor. There you go. Jim Bear, it was a rough win, though, when Martin is talking about the fans getting drunk. That's every win, though.
Yeah. No, I think that's why as it means it's like it's a given that fans get drunk. So it's a bad thing. What's the talking point?
Martin organised the debauchery like that. That's what we're talking about. He organised it. And by the way, Martin, I'll say it again. Fabulous job and brilliant few nights.
I don't drink. Martin. I'm like a proud father for you.
Very proud. Paddy Lahart, am I saying that correctly?
Lahart, yeah.
Lahart. Who would you like in the League CB playoff? I think we said Kosovo, didn't we?
Yeah, just for the trip.
Just for the trip, yeah. Just for the trip, we hope. And then Martin will come back saying, fucking hate Kosovo. John O'Sullivan, there'd be no booing in the British Armed Forces in Kosovo, I can tell you. John O'Sullivan, how was the night out in London, Connor, after the match yesterday?
So I didn't really have a night out yesterday. Like had not enough night last night.
These young kids can't do it.
Yeah.
No, they can't do it.
There wasn't
can't
many
even-
people. I was a bit depressed. I was a bit depressed after the match last night. As I got a few messages asking me why was I so angry after the match. But no, I was just more angry at the English fans how bad they were. But no, I didn't really have a night out after the match yesterday. It was more Friday and Saturday.
Jim Bear, until the team gets some speed and skill in midfield, we will struggle. John O'Sullivan, they should never have brought the British military out. They knew what they were doing with bringing them out. Just don't get it. I don't know if it's a purpose thing. I know. I look. I've lived here for a long time. I don't know if it's a thing on purpose. I just think it's a blind spot. It's a strange one. I was talking to, as I said, I was chatting to my sister about it, and she goes, "Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. Maybe they do know. I don't. Fuck it. I don't know. Just really careless." From them, by the way. David H, we looked decent against England first half. The ref was awful, and had we got that penalty, it would have been a different game. McGuinness looked good, and Collins as number 6. HH needs a few friendlies. Absolutely, it's exactly what we're all on the same page there, David. Jim Bear, lads, also enjoy podcasts and started summer as a distraction. Lost my mum, who was born in Sligo, then my job. Oh Jesus Christ! Back to work now, and will contribute to both sides to buy you all lunch. Good man, Jim. Very sorry to hear that, and we hope you do much better, mate. Yeah,
I think he's one of our followers from America. Actually, I think he's a constant. He's always engagement rep tracker, so he's a good fan.
Good man, Jim. And we're glad to hear you sound like you're in a better place now, and things are looking up a bit. And yeah, man, just really sorry about that. These things happen. Fucking, they get a kick in the bollocks, and then you try to get back up from that, you get a kick in the face. But hopefully you're doing much better, Jim.
I just want to come in on that one, Dave, because it's a key thing. This, like, we love doing a podcast. We like we say, it is by the fans for the fans, and it's brilliant. As I said, you got coming up to us at the games and in the pub and on the coaches and stuff, saying I enjoy it, whatever, and we love the interaction, of course. But like, I think it really is important as well. You know, we know a lot of fans. You see them traveling to games. We obviously see each other at games, but we don't ever know everyone's backstory. And I was speaking to a few lads yesterday, and one lad who came to the game I hadn't seen for quite a while, actually. And he said that he had a real kind of tough couple of years, but he really wanted to go to this game because it was in London. And I said to him, you know, he's a real proud member of the London club. And I said, like, it's really important, like, to, you know, you do that. And also, if he ever wants to reach out to us or me as Risk London, but also anyone here on the show, we love interacting with people on Twitter and Facebook and everything like that. So just don't be afraid to reach out to us, and we will engage and ask us questions. That's why we do this as well. I think it's really important.
Yep. Yeah, no, absolutely. And listen, I get it. I've had rough patches, and I've listened to podcasts, not our, by the way, but like I've listened to other podcasts, and you know, and I get it. You need a distraction, you know, and just it's very important. And you know what, like, genuinely, that makes it all worthwhile. When you know, you hear people like genuinely when you say like, oh, I love hearing it, and it really makes it worthwhile, because going to the games, it can be quite tough, lads, you know, and you're traveling all over the place, and it's inaccurate, but you know, you keep going, and I love it. I do enjoy it, even when Dublin airports take my easy tone bar.
Let it go. Jesus.
No, I will actually. I've actually found a cheaper one for 20 quid on Amazon. So fuck you, Dublin airport. I hope that they're not watching this. Actually, guarantee you, I'm going to get a rubber glove.
Oh,
right out the air. But,
no,
well, no, yeah, I agree. But anyway, Jim. Yeah, next comment, Jim. I hope you're doing well, mate, and hang in there, pal. Glenn Forbes, great job, lads. Connor's a great addition. I don't know about that now, Glenn.
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know about that. That was a ridiculous comment, now, Glenn. That was ridiculous.
Yeah. Thanks for your hard work and good chat. Good man, Glenn. No. He's all right. Sometimes. No. It's good. Big things coming next year as well. Fantastic. Darren Hartnett. Hi, lads. Hope you're keeping well. Thanks for the chats and podcasts. I look forward to them. Come on, boys. And of course, come on, you boys in green. Excuse me. Darren continues. Farrugia is a good player, but the man's made of glass. I'd say I'm just going to say Farrugia anytime he comes on. Fuck it. I'll give the people what they want. Jimmy Shell, fantastic as usual, and well done on the London celebrations this weekend. Thank you, Jimmy. brilliant again from Martin. Looked class, just on the draw for the World Cup. Are we second or third seats for it? Third, aren't we?
Third.
Yeah.
So we can get Greece as our second seed, which will be lovely to get them again.
No, please. No, I don't want to go to Acids.
Give us Wales, and then we can beat Wales again and show them why we're so much better than them, and then we'll win the playoff this time.
I actually do want to go to. I'd love to go to Principalities. It's Principalities Millennium Stadium. They play in the Cardiff City Stadium, now, don't they? Yeah. I've been to the Millennium Stadium. Great ground. I went to see U2 there, of course. Great concert, actually. That one was.
That's another one of sending off game. Wales. I'm just thinking. Remember we were talking about when players.
No, we said it. We did say it.
McLean.
Say Wales. Oh, was it McLean?
McLean. Yeah, at home during COVID.
Oh no, the away game. No, but the away game as well. Who was? Remember Jeff done the real short pass.
Oh, the 4-1 was it? No, sorry, not the 4-1.
1-0. Is it? Lockdown
in
game.
Wales. Yeah, they beat us in both games, didn't they? Home and
Beale
away.
score free kick.
Jack Byrne gave the ball away, did he?
Yes.
And
Yes, he
Jeff
did.
got sent off.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah, Jack Byrne.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
What was that?
Darrell O'Connor, I really don't want to be out of the World Cup after 2 games. Every campaign since our Euro 2020 qualifiers. In 2019, we've been done after the first 2 games, and the rest are really nothing games. Graham Tucker, Connor, how would you rate our youth development now in comparison to countries like Scotland, Wales, etc.?
A lot better. Our talent at that level is not being biased. If you compare talent at underage Ireland compared to Scotland and Wales, the Ireland is not miles ahead, but the talent-wise is a lot stronger.
There you go. No bias there, I'm sure. Shane Brown,
Never.
God bless you. Sorry.
No, I said never. I'm never biased.
No, not at all. Shane Brown, God bless you guys. It's Thanksgiving over here next week, and I'm thankful for this outstanding podcast. Yesterday was shit, today is better, onwards and upwards. Thank you very much, and we really appreciate that, Shane. And God bless you as well. You're a great supporter of the podcast, and thank you very much. And we really do appreciate it. And happy Thanksgiving to all of our American listeners over there. I hope you guys are safe. I think, Shane, you were in the hurricane in Florida as well. We've got a few listeners from Florida, and we hope you guys are okay from that. Daniel Mullen, Heimer is definitely the man to get us close to qualifying for the World Cup and possibly qualifying for Euro 2028. We need to build a team around 1 or 2 players. Yep, they had bacon fries in the clan, says Darryl.
There you go.
Yes. I do love me how bacon fries. Stephen Ring, evening lads, good man Stephen. Hope you had a great weekend. We did. Don't know if you touched on it, but it was anything said about the English fans throwing stuff down on the fans from the first minute. Martin?
I didn't know of any of that. All I seen was some paper aeroplanes being thrown down onto the and they landed on the pitch, which usually happens at Wembley because they're normally so bored and quiet in their library.
Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
Did anyone buy a match program?
I did. Did you not get one?
No, I didn't know.
I will have one if you want.
I'll get it online. Don't worry, that's fine.
No, I've got 2.
There's nothing probably not worth reading anyway. Not as good as the home Lansdowne Road ones.
No, of course not. Although I did like their 5 players to watch. The Wembley one.
It's almost like they just looked at Rep Tracker and saying who Rep Tracker likes. Put Finn Azaz in it. Must be a Rep Tracker fan.
You know, it was kind of funny. We were worried because they gave you allocated seating. Because you know when you go away, like you don't really know what you've got. You don't know if the Wi-Fi is going to work. You don't know. Shit happens, right? And actually, there's a guy, and I don't know if he's watching. I actually never caught the lad's name, but Connor was sitting in his seat, and we were going to do the whole look. You don't mind, and he was a lovely fella, wasn't he, from the FEI? Don't know his name, and he took your seat, Connor. It's only like about 4 seats down the way, but he let us do. So if you are watching, by the way, thank you for that. He let us kind of sit together and do the podcast. But yet again, the Wi-Fi, superb. The only shit thing was, Martin, tiny little screens, very 2010.
Yeah,
very 2010.
And the fact it was Wembley.
And the fact, God, Jimmy Shell, did you see that under-19s goal today from young Aaron? Fantastic first touch and goal into the top corner.
Yes, my mate.
Your mate. Jimmy Shell, Stephen Ring, remember the 1985 match and English fans were throwing coins down on the Irish behind the goal and some Irish fans were picking up the coins.
That happened in 91 as well.
I bet it did, yeah. Very different economic times. If that was the other way around now, considering the state of this country, the English fans would probably picking up the coins now, wouldn't they?
Wow.
It's true. Fucking £22 billion. No, what was it? 40? Went from Went from a £22 billion black hole, Martin, to now a £40 billion black hole. And there's Ireland, one of the most cash rich countries in Europe right now. Has more money than sense. When you're spending £1 million on a security office at Leinster House, that's when you know the good times are back. And was it $250,000 on a fucking on a bike shed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Glenn Forbes, no one had the headline, Bannon smash it till Ireland lost its scales. What happened to journalism? Didn't even show the fucking penalty claim actually on the highlights. Jason Fitzsimmons, great to see you all over the weekend, lads. Dreading 5 a.m. alarm to head to Luton Airport in the morning. Oh, God, man. Jason, get to bed. For the love of God. And Darrell O'Connor, the last comment of the night. Actually, we got another one there from Stephen Ray. Darrell O'Connor might give the L Risk London Christmas party support. If not, I'll see you, lads, in Kosovo in March. Really good weekend, minus the football, up there for one of the best away trips, if not the best. Good man, Darrell. And come and see us in December. Absolutely. And it was a great weekend, and well done, Martin Prendergast, again, for organising that. Stephen Ring, there was food, coins, and I think a lighter thrown at our section. Stewards were just looking at it and doing nothing. Few lads reported to the cops, and still it never stopped. And Stephen Ring says 330 grand, Jesus, on that bike shed. And folks, that's where we're going to leave it. Thank you so much. We've gone a bit over, but you know what? We enjoy doing it.
Before we go, Dave,
go.
Who's your player? Can we just we can't leave it on £330 bike shed comment. Not that we don't need more comments, but still, just say. But no, just to kind of finalise the window. Who was your standout player for us?
Honestly, probably Kelleher for the penalty save. Look at that. Looks like someone's pissed in your chips.
Yeah, I mean, look, if thinking about that though, you know, if it was 1-1 that game, you know, it's a
first of all, my prediction would have been correct for a start.
Oh, we were saying that to you the other night,
but it wasn't correct.
You wanted him to score the penalty. You're the only one. It was just so you could say, I'm right.
No, if I had a bet on, maybe if it was like you, Mark, would have bet on it. No. I never bet against Ireland. Although 1-1 draw, I made a fortune. What was it? Richard Dunn and 1-1 Ireland. I used to make an absolute fucking fortune on that during the trap era. Go on, come on, Connor. You're laughing at us. We say Kelleher. Who do you say?
Oh no, I've got Bestie.
Sinclair Armstrong. But actually, Andy Moran for that 30-minute display against England. He's just shown he's better than everyone else, and that we have to play. It's only Festy for that 45 minutes. Yeah, Andy Moran, Collins for one game. O'Dowda is an outside shout. I know you're not going to like to hear that, Mr. Dunn, but O'Dowda actually was solid. Was probably one of the more over the 2 games. He was probably one of the most consistent. Yeah. But Andy Moran.
Andy Moran, what he came on and played 30 minutes.
Who got man of the match on RTE?
Nathan Collins.
Yeah, he should have got
it the other night. Ray Houghton gave it to him. Great commentary as per usual.
When did that become a thing, lads? When did that become a thing? Because I remember you used to get they used to be fair, didn't they? They used to give the man of the match to the winning team sometimes if we played really bad. Like I remember I was watching back the Nicosia game, the 5-2. Brian Kerr giving Aidan McGeady the man of the match. So there's obviously a sponsor thing. When did that become a thing? About 20 years ago, was it? Or
it is a kind of sponsor thing, isn't it? Like it's the Waterford Crystal or whatever it is, the FAI do, isn't it? And
I gotta stop doing it
away to the player. But yeah, I mean, if you lose 5-0,
I didn't see Collins collect an award. Did he?
He might not, but I don't know. No, they didn't do. They don't do that at the away games. I don't. Well, sometimes you do present it, but I probably wasn't done in the.
Yeah,
I did see the other week actually. I did see a player for Stockport. I think they lost 4 or 5-1 a couple of weeks ago, and he smiled in the photo and he was getting fierce abuse because of it. And he replied, quote tweeted, saying, "I asked not to accept the award, not want to do the interview or get the picture, but I was told I had to do it for sponsorship reasons, and I always smile in photos, so that's why."
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with that.
No. I mean, do you remember Conor Salmon? Got a pizza, Papa John's trophy.
Did you see him? He was the biggest surprise. I seen him in the crowd yesterday.
Oh, was he?
Jason Knight was there because they were all like, I think it was like families and probably whoever got tickets off players were down in the section below us. And I seen Conor Salmon. He wasn't one I expected to see in Wembley yesterday.
Did you see Robbie?
He was up. He was up in
It's
Yeah.
on the screen. He got
He came on
booed
the
by
screen.
some of the Irish fans.
He was on Rio Ferdinand's podcast today. I haven't watched it yet, but
Yeah.
He was
I'd say there's a
sitting-
few talking points from that comment.
Mm.
I think he
Yeah.
said,
all
did he
English
say
lads.
something to, I don't know if someone can confirm. I think he said something to, he kept the job because he's a mortgage to pay and his analyst has a mortgage to pay, so he didn't want his whole team to go.
Yeah,
Well,
he had a duty of care, is what he said to his
Yeah,
staff
to his
and family.
staff, yeah.
But Robbie had a mortgage to pay, he said.
Yeah, and on about his analyst as well needed the money and stuff like that. So
Yeah, like, look, I've been a big critic of Robbie Keane over setting the contract thing, and I know Ian Hart was defending. Ian's his mate, fair enough. I'd like to think you lads would defend me. But
I just had a flashback. Go on. I'm having a flashback here, but go on.
Okay, but I suppose when it's very easy when you're on the outside looking in and you kind of go, oh, for fuck's sake. But like when you do kind of break it down, you think, look, he's got bills to pay. I'm his meal ticket. No, I don't mean that to sound disrespectful, but if you're an analyst for a coach, the coach is your meal ticket. The assistant manager, the coach is your meal ticket. And then so when you look at things like that, I kind of do understand it a little bit more. But anyway, sorry, Martin, what were you going to say?
Sorry, yeah, I'm going to be having a lot of flashbacks about stuff, obviously, from the weekend because it was so much fun and late nights we had, of course. But
you need to tell me off there.
No, I'm going to tell you on there. It's funny. Ian Hart was showing me that there's a Leeds WhatsApp with all the players and stuff in it, like Rio and Robbie's obviously in it. Gary Kelly is mental, basically, like wild. Like I know he's his uncle, but some of the stuff I will have to tell you off air. But it was some of the funny things he sends on St. Patrick's Day to the Leeds group was very, very good.
Yes,
great fun. Great fun.
Mad characters. Anyway, Jimmy Shell again. Great job again. Night, lads. Enjoy a few months off. Thank you, Jimmy. And thank you, everyone. The Roar faithful. We're not done this week, by the way. That's the end of the window. Maybe a little bit of a bonus track on Friday. Probably about.
We've got that show to come out, Dave.
Yes, we do. We will release that. We're just going to figure out how we're going to do it, but we are going to release the audio. That got it today. The sound is lush. What's the guy's name? What was the guy's name? Lee, was it?
Yeah, Lee.
Absolutely. You've heard the audio, lads. Like, well, I don't know if you have. I have. It's absolutely lush. It's right from the soundboard. It sounds amazing, and we are going to release that. But before we go, we will be back on Friday. We're going to have a live reaction on Friday.
Midday or so. Midday. So around midday.
It all starts at 11, so probably around midday. Around that time, we're going to be boom straight on live reaction. Have your say, get involved. Excuse me. And as always, we are the voice of the fans. We're Lansdowne Roar, the most interactive Irish football podcast out there. So that's it. That's the end of the Boys in Green for 2024. It's been a weird year. We've gone to Portugal. We've gone to Finland. We've seen the Northern Lights. We've gone to Wembley. We've gone. We had a few cracking times in Dublin as well. We had a great weekend as well. Also, we've had a couple of wins. We've had a lot of losses, and unfortunately, we've ended on a very bad note. Just want to say a big thank you to all of our Rod faithful out there for joining us all of the way. I mean, we've got just under 1,500 people watching us here. It's midnight. It's a school night, and there's some people probably up in the morning or probably hungover a bit, and you're watching it. Fantastic, and you guys are great, and you really make it. I'm speaking for all three of us. You really make it absolutely worthwhile, and thank you for your kind words and your support. And we're going to get even better next year, but we will be back. Sorry, I just had a comment there. Yeah. Went to Athens, which you secretly love, Dave. Athens, yes. Do you know what? I actually forgot about Athens. I just fucking blanked it from my memory. You didn't even go, Martin. You hated that much. But anyway, listen, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. We will be back on Friday. We are going to start doing the lives again. We just need to have a chat and figure it out. So don't worry, because I miss this, lads. Do you miss it? I miss doing the lives.
Yeah, the lives are the best.
They are. And we're going to start doing it again. We're going to get even more interactive, and it's going to be brilliant. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Lads, thank you very much as well, Martin and Connor, for all your help during these windows, and especially you, Martin. Fantastic weekend again. You should be very proud. And brilliant. No, honestly, brilliant weekend. Fantastic. Delivered as a team. Absolutely delivered. Yep. And everyone showed up. It was a brilliant time. It was fantastic. Anyway, Before we go, guys, please remember to subscribe to the page, scan the QR code, head over to the Facebook, Instagram, and our Twitter. Also, the YouTube. We are trying to grow it. You can find us on TikTok as well, Rep Tracker and Lansdowne Road. We're trying to figure out what we can do with that, really. But, we're just trying to grow the numbers, guys. And we really do appreciate your support. YouTube, if you haven't liked the video already, please do. And if you want an opinion, head over to lansdowneroar.ie, where you can also get an audio version of this podcast. And we do audio versions, by the way, of the podcast, and they're over on lansdowneroar.ie. Probably don't say that enough. Anyway, I'm David Dunn. He's Martin Prendergast, and that's Conor McAvoy, the grumpy little fucker down there. And this, I know, we love Conor, and we love you, and we love Martin, of course. And this is Lansdowne Roar. Good night. God bless. And if you're flying home tomorrow, safe journey. We'll see you on Friday.